welcome to the workshop on Microsoft Advanced Excel. So I believe everybody settled down and good to go. My audio is also reaching perfectly. Can I get a confirmation from anyone?
Yeah, good afternoon. It's clear. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the confirmation. So I believe everybody has received that case studies and you have downloaded the same on your local disk. And when you open that, these are the files you will be getting. Kindly confirm. So I request no one to just open that any file from that zip attachment. Just download that zip folder as it is, right click upon the same and go for extract all. Because if you try to open any file from that zip and you made some notes, then those will not update the archive files. And later you will get frustrated at the end of the day. I don't want you to suffer like this. That's the reason why. Please follow my instructions. Do not open any file from that zip attachment. Download the same as it is, right click, extract all. Right. Now, coming back to our MS Teams platform. So since we know this is a virtual training program, it's not just one end. I'll keep delivering the things and you have to, uh, Himanshu, you got
There
two
was some
logins.
noise, it seems.
Yes.
Yeah, Himanshu, you've just log out once because you have got two logins showing on the meeting room. All right. So how you are going to communicate in this training program? So the first option always, yes, you can go for your mic to unmute and you can speak about the queries. I will definitely respond to your queries then and there. And yeah, Himanshu, your video is not necessary. You can switch off your video because that bandwidth you can use for your other network uses. Right. So you can speak up your queries by unmuting yourself and definitely I'll help you out then and there. And if you believe over here that our I mean, your mic is not working, there's a lot of noise around you, and you believe that, okay, I can't speak well, no issues. We have a chat option. You can always drop your message in the chat box. This will be on throughout the training program, and you can drop your queries. I will read out the queries and help you out. No issues. And if you believe our audio message or text message is not helping you out, the interaction is not still helpful, you need my presence on your screen, we do have a screen sharing option over there in the Teams window. You can always share your screen, but I request you ensure that you are sharing your desktop or your entire screen. Don't share a specific window. If you do so, the light of blocks signatures will be missing and I will not be in a state to help you out adequately. Now, coming back to the topics. Well, Excel is such a subject, people. In fact, 6 months training is also not enough to complete the subject. So we have got 2 days window time or maximum 16 hours, which we have split it across to 4 days. So instead of being alien to each other in this meeting room, I would like to know your expectations from this 16 hours journey. So if you have some expectation, you can call out the same. So definitely I can help you out, at least not in depth, at least touch upon the same so that you can get some confidence to make your things better. So I'll call out the name and you have to help yourself with a two-line of introduction and the expectations from this 16-hour journey. But before that, let me start a small introduction about myself. So my name is Prabhas Panda. Past 17 years, I've been to this MS Office training and consulting. And I own a small organization called Excel4all. So though the expertise is, I mean, the name is called Excel, but our expertise is not confined to Excel alone. We have got complete MS Office application training we do provide to the clients. Along with that, the ETL tools like Power BI and Tableau, along with that, finance verticals like finance modeling with Excel and Art of Finance or finance for non-finance programs, we do conduct for the corporates. And this kind of public workshops only we deliver in four programs, naming Advanced Excel, Professional PowerPoint, Excel VBA Macro, and Power BI. So this is all about me. Now, I would like to know something more about you. So, in our meeting room, who is the first person in my canvas? Well, Abid. Yes, Abid, you can help yourself with your two line of introduction and the expectations from this program.
Hello, boss. How are you? Hi, everyone. My name is Abid. I'm living in Italy. I'm from Pakistan, and I
Okay.
work as a junior project manager.
Okay.
And I know Excel a little bit, but I want to have some hands-on experience. So
Okay.
that's why I joined the course. Maybe you remember I had a course, another course with you on
Right.
PPT.
Right. Right. No problem, Abid. Thank you so much and welcome
You,
back again.
thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Next, I'll go to Aditya.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Prabhas. I am Aditya Paliwal. I work with a non-bank finance company, and my expectation from this program, I have to work on multiple data points, and I have to draw out meaningful information from that data. I have to use pivot, I have to use charts, and analyze multiple data points, and that is the objective why I am joining this program.
Okay. No problem. Thank you so much. Next, I'll go to Dhananjay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My expectation with this training is to get more hands-on experience on Excel because so far I've been working on the Excel with very basic functionality, but now my role requires me to take a deep dive and understand the
Okay.
nuances of Microsoft Excel so that uh, I can go ahead and implement it and meet the expectation what my management has set for me. Thank you.
All right. Well, next, I'll go to Himanshu.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm working into financial organization into investment banking operations. I have around 12 years of experience into that, and my expectation is more of like doing the data analysis, working on different formulas, the complicated formulas and everything where I require like you to use pivots more of and charts.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Himanshu. So next, I'll go to Parmesh. Parmesh,
Good
you're
afternoon,
mute.
Prabhas. This is
Yes. Sorry,
yeah.
sorry, Parmesh. Just hold on. Rahul, could you please keep your mic on mute? When your turn comes, I'll call out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Parmesh.
Prabhas, good afternoon. This is Param.
Good
Currently,
afternoon.
I'm working in Saudi Arabia as an HR professional into an government sector. Actually, my motto was looking for functions and pivot tables and charts, actually, especially.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
actually looking for that. Actually.
Sure. No problem. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Next, I'll
Yeah.
go to Rahul.
Yeah, hi Prabhas. Good afternoon.
Please go ahead. No.
Yeah, actually, I'm working as an after sales manager in automotive for the past 15 years in Kuwait. And my
Mhm.
expectation to join this Excel course is for how to use the functions, advanced functions and formula and combining formulas, data analysis,
Okay.
chart and graph. I should be more Excel. I'm not in a basic level and an intermediate level.
Uh-huh.
So still, I was expecting more to be in detail. So that is what
Sure.
I'm joining this course.
No problem. Definitely, I'll help you. Thank you. So next, I'll go to Sukada.
Yeah, hi everyone. Very good afternoon. I am Sukhada and I am working into pharmaceutical segment. So recently I have taken up a new responsibility into portfolio and corporate strategy, and the need of the role is day in and day out working on the Excel processing large set of databases. So for which it's time for me to upskill into the Excel and to advance in my career further. So talking about the expectations, yes, I do want to learn about cleaning the larger sets of data and I mean use of formulae and pivots. How how in multiple ways that can we use the Excel. I mean, sorry, pivot tables and different analysis out of it. So yeah, thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Next, I'll go to Suraj.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm with insurance company, and I have overall experience of 16 years. Now, most of the things what I was looking at is been written here. Apart from this, what I'm expecting is, see, I have seen my backend. He had made a dashboard which was completely automated. In one click, he used to get all the sales report in one format. So I know that is something different, not in this, but I had to start with, so I entered this program.
No
So
problem, Suraj.
yeah,
Definitely, I'll help you
expectation
out.
is high.
It has to
Or
be. See, I would always suggest that's the reason why I'm taking down all your expectations. So without expectation and without any motive, you attend any training program, it's of no use. So your goal must be clear, what I am looking at. And if you get all these flavors, so definitely you'll be getting a lot of confidence to make your things better. And that's a fruitful investment of time and money as well. And post that, you have to help yourself with your practice, because any training program without practice, you can't register the things in the mind. So you have to practice well. But you got a road map now. Only thing is you have to work on the road, taking the right options, right stops, where to, what, which function, which formula you have to use. Now you got all those things. Only thing is you have to devote time.
yeah, one more, this lookup thing is not here. We lookup, H lookup.
Yeah, this is the part of our formula and functions. So definitely that will be covered also. Don't worry.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, friends, I believe I have noted down all your expectations. So, anything is missing, you are always welcome in this 16 hours of journey so that I'll help you out with regard to those topics. Don't worry about it. And the basic ground rules, keep your mobile under silent mode and ensure that your mic is mute all the time, unless and until you have any query. So whenever you have the queries, you can speak up, no issues. And we'll be taking some short breaks depending upon the flow of the content, somewhere around 4 to 4:30, depending upon the IST. And you can have a break and come back soon. Then you'll be getting the session-wise recordings at the end of the day. So when you step into the next day program, please ensure you are doing a one-time practice and brushing up the things. And day one will go a little bit of slow pace, but day two, day three, day four, we have to catch up or gear up the things. Else, the committed contents will not be possible to deliver. So, in that case, I need your support as well. So, support in the sense you have to practice and you have to be ready for the next session. Because if you do not practice, then there is no point of taking the training. So, you have to take out the time where, how, it is up to you. Completely take your call, but ensure you are practicing upon the same. All right. Now, coming back to our data. Though it is a 16-hour journey, but so many files I have shared with you. So I'll be giving a background story of these files. In today's world, people, we are dealing with a lot of data around because this is a data-driven world. But the problem is when you have a huge volume of data, what happens? You would have noticed the problems. Our file gets hang. Excel says some kind of error. Excel not responding. Excel is restarted. Excel stopped working, all Excel screen becomes gray out. All these problems we encounter with. Do you all agree with me? Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So in that case, what is the solution? Why it is a problem? Problem is the file size management or file space management. If you do not handle it properly, you will be facing the trouble. Now, what kind of trouble we face, Prabhas? Suppose say you have taken that file in the meeting to showcase something to the audience. First of all, it takes a lot of time to open because you have got a huge chunk of data. And people, they're also in the meeting, they wait for a while and they get annoyed, they get frustrated, they pass some kind of adverse remarks. What they say? Prabhas, why don't you do something with the file? It always takes a lot of time and kill our time. So this is how people react. And we don't want to take any kind of risk by doing any kind of research and development on our file because we believe if you do something, there might be a chance of data loss. So having the problem in the file like this, we keep working and that degrades our productivity. So this is what the place people we have to first work. So Though I have got good amount of speed, but my system doesn't support or my file doesn't support, then what I can do? Nothing. So that's the reason why you should know all the techniques how to handle such kind of situations. So I'll suggest you do not take anybody's support or any third party support. There is a Word document I have shared with you naming called 8 ways to reduce your Excel file size. Just watch my screen on your idle time. You go through that. What is that file we have? Let me take you through. So there are 8 different ways, very precisely, along with the screenshot, stepwise instructions we have provided over here. Now I'll take you through one simple option. Just see on my screen. There was a file of 14.6 MB space. It's a huge data. Without deleting a single content, without removing any data out of this, we have opted this method and we could reduce our Excel file size by 28%, which is the biggest achievement. So like this, there are 8 different ways we have. Only thing is you need to go through this entire documents, read out, and though you don't remember the steps, but you got a solution with you right now. So who knows, tomorrow anybody of your teammates or you may be in need of that. So you can be a helping hand to the teammates by sharing this document and they can follow these methods and they can help themselves. So this is just to give a helping hand. I have shared this Word document, people. You can keep it with you and whenever there is a need, make use of this inventory. Now coming back to next one. There is a file name called keyboard shortcut I have shared with you. So in today's world, time is money. Whatever the task you do, people, you have to focus on your how to save our turnaround time. And for that, our keyboard shortcuts plays a very important role to save our time. That's the reason why not only Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Outlook, whatever the office applications we use on routine activities, those keyboard shortcuts are listed over here. So only thing is you have to practice upon the same. Make a point, at least 2 new keyboard shortcuts you have to learn in a day and you have to implement it. And trust me, when you develop this kind of habits over there at your workplace, within 30 days, you can see a significant growth at your workplace. And you can see how your speed is also increasing while working in spreadsheet. So that's why this file is going to help you. And on your idle time, keep practicing upon the keyboard shortcuts. Now, there is one more file I have shared with you, naming called Learn Excel Free. If you notice, there are 10 website names I have shared with you. Now, you must be thinking, Prabhas, why are you sharing the website names? Are you the brand ambassador of any of these things? No way. Or am I promoting any brand in my platform? Not at all. Then why these 10 websites? I'll tell you. As I told you in the beginning, Excel is such a subject. In fact, 6 months training is also not enough to complete the subject. So suppose say you have attended this 16 hours training and you have learned a lot, you have implemented the same at your workplace, then what's next? You should not stop. You should keep learning. Learning is a never ending process. Now, if I want to learn more, even Excel deeper, where to go? So instead of going to someone's YouTube channel and later getting frustrated, I would suggest go to all these websites. Now, why only these 10 websites? The reason is the content what they use, people, this is completely industry based case studies and you can correlate at your workplace very easily. And the best part is entire thing is complimentary. Only thing is you have to spend your time for learning Excel. And whenever you believe, okay, I have got some queries, there is an option also. They have their forums where you can ask your questions and people will reply for your questions. So this is how these sites will be giving you more insights, more knowledge about Excel. So whenever time permits, go and explore some new things over there in those sites. Now, there is one more file I have shared with you naming called Office Repair. And when you open that, there are 2 website links you will be finding. Now you must be thinking, Pravas, why are you sharing the website links? I'll tell you, I have my own reason. Now suppose say last month you have presented a beautiful dashboard or one page of report or some graphical presentation or data, something combined together, and all were happy watching that. Boss also appreciated your work and told, especially, keep your boss, just keep this file under safe custody. You have done a great homework, but next time when you are presenting the same to the audience, we'll be giving more add-on to the data and we'll make it even more better. Now, the moment I open the file today, since there is a meeting tomorrow, I got the message over there. What is that? Excel not responding, Excel stopped working, or Excel is restarted, or even if it's Excel open, it is showing some kind of alien language which you can't read it even in the normal eyes. Now, what is the choice we have? Except depending upon the IT department or IT system, we don't have any other choice, or neither we can go to any other place also. So here, what I suggest is, in that case, take one of the link. No need to wait for any third-party support. Take one of the link. Go to your Microsoft browser, Edge, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, whatever it is, your Windows search engine or the browser. And there you have to paste that link. It will take you to a tool to you, and you have to download that tool, and you need to install that tool over here in your system. And then the file which is corrupted, you have to connect with the browser button. And finally, you have to click the repair button. And trust me, when you do so, it will take its own time and 95% data can be recovered. Yes. Now you must be thinking, because why did you reserve as a 5% data loss? Yes, there will be a chance of data loss. What type of data? If you have created some kind of engineering diagrams, or you have created some kind of work breakdown structure diagrams or organization's chart, there might be a chance of data loss. But if you have created something over there, formula, functions, everything, charts, graphs, you will be getting the data as it is. And beauty is entire thing is complementary. You don't need to pay a single penny for that, but there is a limitation. What kind of limitation? You can get this service complimentary only up to 5 MB of Excel file size. If your file size is more than 5 MB, then you have to purchase the license for that. But yes, why I'm sharing all these things? Because personally, I have used this tool and successfully retrieved my data. So I thought it could be a helping hand as and when there is a need. If your data is not working or file is corrupted, you can still retrieve your data. All right. So these are the files, people, just to give you a helping hand I have shared with you. And rest of the files is nothing but we have understood business various scenarios, and we have taken out some case studies from accounts, finance, production planning, stores, supply chain, marketing, HR, and we have collected all these case studies. And we are going to take you through the same. So you have to work and watch it parallelly, and we have to work together. And we'll be understanding that how to save our turnaround time, how to increase our productivity and efficiency, and how to reduce the human errors, and how to avoid the duplication the work. So this is how these four pillars will be our motto agenda. Whatever the task we do, it will be focused on that. All right. So I believe all of you have got a clarity about all these files. Any doubt, any queries before proceeding further? All good?
Prabhas, can you come
Yeah.
again on this part where you were talking about reducing the file size, where it becomes
Yeah. It is
difficult?
of 8 ways to reduce your Excel file size, the Word document you
Okay.
have to open. And when you open, there are 8 different ways we have prescribed along with those screenshot and instructions. So you have to
Mhm.
follow the steps. How to, suppose I want to convert to binary format, open the file, go to file save as, save type, and Excel binary workbook. So like that, there are 8 different ways we have prescribed. So without deleting your content, you can get your file recovered.
O- Okay. So this will reduce the file size, and if you want to reopen it in .xls format, then later on we can open it.
No, it will not. That is what. See, there are 8 different ways, as I told you. So when you
Mhm.
go for this option, first option, the extension will be changed to .xlsb, Excel binary workbook. So
Okay.
it is no longer with your XLSX. So can you see that the first one is the default one is XLSX. But when you
Okay.
go to for the binary workbook for reduction of the file size, the output out will be definitely changed.
Okay. So from binary, can we again go back to .xlsx
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
original?
Yeah, you can go back. That's all are the part of your Excel family, so you can do that. It's not a problem. It's not a challenging one.
Okay. Right.
Right. Now, coming back to our files over here. Okay. So when I take you through the scenarios or situations, people, once I'm done, I will be also asking few questions like, is it done? Are you with me? Have you understood? Is it clear? I would be also expecting a one line of answer from you in the chat box. Y for yes or D for done. So that will be repetitively, I'll be keep asking. So you have to also respond because since it is a virtual form, virtual platform, we have to communicate in this way and then only we can effectively utilize the window time. And if you are good enough, then we are ready for next level. I will immediately proceed to the next level. So respond to the things that is very essential. Okay, now let me take you through the files. So what file we are going to work with first? Corporate case studies. We have a file. Kindly go to that and open it. Sorry. Now you'll be landing off with your cover page. Click on the next button. It will take you to the sheet called business maths. All right. Now, once you are ready with your business math case studies, people, being an Excel user, we must know which version of Microsoft Excel is installed in my system or which version I am working with. That we need to know. Is it really necessary? You can ask me a question. I said yes. Reason is there are many more versions out there in the market, but Microsoft has made one thing beautiful. If you have 365 versions, we are really blessed. Reason? There are so many templates, formulas, functions in terms of AI tool also embedded in 365, which you do not get in any other versions of Microsoft. So knowing your version is very essential over here. Then only you can take a call. If suppose somebody is using some different functions and formula, and definitely you will be asking also your system should support you, but your system doesn't support those functions because your version is different. So don't be panic. Only thing is you have to upgrade your system. All right. So now here, how to confirm that? Start working with me, going to the file menu. There we have in the bottom called account. And when you choose account over here in the right side, in the top, you'll be finding it shows me Microsoft 365. Right? So similarly, you find out your own version and tell me in the chat box at least one line message 2016, 2019, 2021 or Office 365. Please write that immediately in the chat box. I have 365. Yours. Okay, with 365. Very good. Then enjoy 365. So also 365. MS Home 2021. Yes. So 2021 bit challenging because home version Himanshu, but yes, almost you'll be getting the all the options. Aditya is home and student 365 again. All right, so I believe almost we are the par, and more or less we'll be getting all the flavors. And whenever you feel that any functions or features I'm showing on my screen it is missing, this is because of the versions difference. So don't be panic. Whenever time permits, you can upgrade your system. 1811. No, Suraj, there is no such kind of 1811 and all. Just check it out. Going to the file menu, account, and choose. So don't go for version here. This is not the version actually. This is your version. Suraj, you can check it out and let me know.
For me, it is showing Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2016.
Yes. So Whenever you see any features when I'm explaining something on my screen, if it is missing on your screen, you got to upgrade your system. That's it, nothing else. Like see, Param is having 2019. So there are different versions. So don't be panic when you see somebody is using some beautiful functions formula and you are not having that. This is the only reason your version is different. Only thing is you are up to upgrade your system to Microsoft Office latest one. All right, fine. Now over here, let's go for this. Going to our first setup of our example, like product of value. So let me take you through the scenario. Just watch my screen. No need to do anything. Rahul, okay, 2013. Rahul, there are a lot of features will be missing. So you have to upgrade your system to minimum at least 2021 or 365. Okay.
Sir, sorry to interrupt.
Mhm.
You can install any free version on this on the 365 if you can upgrade?
No, no, no. There is no crack or free versions in 365 because this is a subscription version.
Mm,
So you have to purchase a license, and this is the only version which cannot be pirated. That's the
got
reason
it.
why Microsoft has developed the subscription version. Because whenever Microsoft comes up with a new version, before it launches, the piracy was happened and the pirated versions were floating in the market. And it's all credit goes to China. Okay,
Okay.
right. That's the reason why Microsoft has come up with the plan of 365. So those who wants the standalone license, they can go for 2021, and those who are looking for subscription license, they can go for Office 365.
Got it.
Yeah.
But
So in
still,
sub,
sir, I have one more doubt also.
Yeah.
People they're using 365. I'm also noticing some of my staff they are using 365, and some of the staff on the company still they isn't updated on 2013. They are working on 16 based on the category they are giving that the subscriptions, and
Right.
still. But combining data, people are using advanced formulas, but there is no option at all. They are writing manually and they're connecting some data.
Right.
So
That's
how
the
they are nesting the formulas,
right.
but
So that is the
that is
reason
that is
why.
almost same. But how that level of thinking, imagination that we are not having that. Okay, even though I know some formulas, they know if now something I'm looking for some data to be,
Mhm.
I need the value of that data particularly to take an average. They are bringing by one like maybe that has an 10,000 data here, but they are bringing the average very easily by nesting all the formulas. So I am also a little bit working on formulas. I know formulas and functions, but I don't know how to nest connect combine the formulas. You got me?
True. True.
There is
So
the area where I'm getting
that is
like
what. So it's not a problem. See, the thing is, there you need a lot of practice. The moment you
mm,
want to have a hang on this nested functions, you need to first understand each and every function's logic. So once you're
mm,
clear with the logic, you can combine multiple logics and you can deliver the things.
mm,
This is one. But there is one more option also. There might be some direct options in Microsoft Excel which you have never explored and you are not using that, and that leads to end up with writing a lengthy formula. And the more the
mm,
formula, again, the file size will be heavy. So there are a lot of things we
mm.
need to explore, and then we can make our job easy in terms of file space or file size, in terms of saving time, and in terms of data processing. We have to focus everything on that. That's called your smart way of working in Excel. Okay.
And also, if we lock, for example, through 3 years before we put a password to lock for the privacy of the file, and after that we for and it was removed from my mind. And how to uh, again remove the unlock?
See, there are three types of locking. One is your file or workbook protection. Second, worksheet or particular sheet lock. Third one, a range, a specific column or formula lock. Now,
Hmm.
which locking you are talking about? One, two,
I'm
three.
talking about the protection, shield protection.
Sheet protection, you can remove it without knowing the password. Any point of time, sheet password can be broken. But if your file is protected with some kind of password, it is very difficult or second to impossible. you can't retrieve your data. So file
No, no, I
password, you
still
should not
remember it
forget.
is work like sheet protect and sheet protection only, but I forgot the password. Now I cannot reopen that because I don't know how to visible the formulas anyhow. What I worked on.
Don't worry, I will help you out. At the
Okay,
end of the day, you can share your file on your screen. If it is available, I'll ask you, I'll guide you with the steps. Don't worry. Okay?
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr.
yeah,
Thank
no problem. All right, so now let's go to our first data set, people over here. Take a look. Let me take you through the data. Don't do anything, just watch my screen. Suppose there's somebody from a different department. He came to me and asked, Prabhas, I need to purchase three products, naming ABC, XYZ, anything. Now, when I just checked how much quantities, A of 1000, B of 12, C of 20. And when I inquired with the vendor, vendor has given the rates, A of 1 rupee each, B of 20 rupees each, C of 10 rupees each. Now I have taken up this matter to my finance department and asked them, please give me a check in favor of XYZ Limited. I need to purchase all these products of said quantities. My finance team asked a question in return, Prabhas, how much amount you need? So I need to answer them. And what we do to answer them? Just see, don't do anything, just watch my screen. I will go to a new column. I'll just type a formula equal to quantity multiplied by rate per unit. And then we go for a total. Then we realize that we should collect a check of this much amount. Do you agree? This is how we do. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So nothing wrong. Whatever the practice we have developed, people, this is completely, absolutely correct. I'm not denying. But let's focus on that situation. Let's analyze that. To answer my finance team, my answer is there in this cell, no doubt. Then what is the point of getting all these three values? Is it playing any role? Not at all. But we are forced. Unless and until we get these values, this total cannot be achieved. So can you imagine, can you feel that why our file size is getting heavy? Because we keep creating a lot of unwanted data in Excel. All right. Now, besides that, when you go to a new column and apply your formula for number of times, again, the file size getting heavy because of the formulas. So having said this, whatever the practice we have, people, today we are going to stop. So how to make an improvement on that? Let's discuss. See, there is a cell called total cost. First, watch my screen. There is a cell called total cost. Okay. Now, I want to answer the same by simply using a formula. Now, what is the smart way of writing your formulas? Just see. I go for equal to, when I type sum, can you see whatever the formula functions contains the text called sum in Excel is being listed on the screen? Yes. I need to go for sum product. So sum product, when I go for P, it gives me the sum product formula. This is already highlighted already in blue color, no problem. But I don't need to spend time for writing the entire text or string of the formula. I can simply go for the tab key on our keyboard towards my left, TAB, tab key, and automatically when I press it, it still goes to our open parenthesis level, open bracket level. See how you can save some time. Now, what is this formula about? This is called technically an array formula. So if I want to go for array, this is what is asking array 1. So in our data, first array is quantity, we can select and then comma. Second array, array 2 is my rate per unit. And that also we can define. Since we have two inputs over here, we have given it over there as a result. And the moment you go and hit enter, this is going to give you the same result of 1440. Right. So this is how we have learned, people, how to make use of this formula called sum product. Now here, one more thing, make a note of that. Whenever you prepare or design a formula, our audience, they don't like looking at the cell, going to the formula bar, then realize what is that formula we have used. What they expect, what they immediate demand. To us, whenever you are using the formula in the next adjacent column, why don't you write the formula over there so that it will be easy to read and I can make out what you have done with that. So if that is the case, then we have a beautiful formula again in 365, naming called formula text. So this asks me, where is the reference? Reference is nothing but the cell reference where the formula is there. Now the moment you go and hit enter, this is also going to give the same formula name. So this is called our formula name called sum product. Through we can get our formula text and we can make our job easy. So two formulas we have got it, people. One is sum product and one is our formula text. Kindly confirm. Just give it a try and check all these things are working. Any doubt, any queries, feel free to ask.
Hello.
Yep. Is it
Yes,
working?
it's working, Prabhas, and all these things will be recorded, right, from your side?
Yes, it is being recorded and you will be getting the copy at the end of the day.
Okay, fine.
Think it's being recorded. Okay.
Okay.
I was
Thank
able to
you.
use some product,
Mhm.
but after that, that formula thing you told, can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, you can just write formula text formula. Is it visible? Going to the next cell, if you go and write
Uh-huh.
formula text, if it is visible, then you can use this formula also. And then take the cell reference where the formula is there, and the moment you hit enter, this will be display the formula.
Okay.
Yeah.
And while selecting the array, we are we supposed to select it from the quantity or just the numbers we need to select?
Only numbers, not the headers, because headers are containing the text. So text with alphabets with numeric, it will be diluting my array. So you should not include the arrays in the headers.
So this applies to all the formulas wherever we are putting.
Not necessary, because certain formulas we have to work with the headers. If you do not have the data, we have to search by the headers, column headers we have to search. So in this case, in those cases, we have to take the header, not with extensively all the formulas.
All right, got it. Okay.
So I'll tell you in which formula you have to take the header. So that will be clear at the end of the training program. You will get all these fundamental things. Don't worry. All right. So I believe now, friends, we are clear with our first formula, like naming called some
Prabhas,
product.
I have one
Yes.
query.
Yeah.
So this typically some product is used when we have to calculate from multiple, maybe either cell, I mean rows or columns, right?
Yeah.
When it's from a single row or column, a normal sum formula can do.
Right. But if you want to go for, see, the sum product is the combination of, as a layman, if I think it is the combination of two formulas.
Haha.
So first it is doing the product of the data, then it is going for sum. This is how we
Okay,
do.
okay, got it, got it. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So even though you have 10,000 entries, 2,000 to 10,000 rows or 10,000 columns, it will do a single file, I mean, single sort. You can find the entire solution.
Okay, got it.
And it is very old formula since 1985 when the first time Excel has come into force. Since that time till Office 365, this formula is being prevailed. And you can do a lot of wonders by using some product. You can even use for your VLOOKUP actions with some product. There are a lot of things you can do. Its power is enormous, you can say. Yeah, no problem, Dhananjay. You can follow the recordings. All right, so now come to our vendor evaluation, people. So here, let me take you through the data first. Ideally, in any industry, wherever we are working with, our purchase department this says that we have to follow a procedure. And if you are purchasing any product, always go for minimum three competitive codes. And we call this technically L1, L2, L3. Do you agree with me? Minimum three competitive codes, right? So same thing we are going to do now. Just watch my screen. We have a prices column. Look at the prices column. And if I ask you what would be my L1 price, what will be your answer? Just manually check and tell me. Should be of 87. Do you agree? And if I go for L2, is it going to be 99.2? If I go for L3, is it going to be 103.2? All of you agree with that? Just check it out. Yes. So now the same thing, we have done it manually. Now, if I ask you, take a real-time situation. If I ask you, when you open the file, there are 10,000 entries are there. And if I ask you, please find L1, L2, L3 for me, ideally, what you do in that case? Anybody can share the things, no issues. Max and min, Rahul. No, 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 no. Then you did not get it. See, min will be giving you only the L1 price, the lowest one. How about the L2 and L3? That's a good one. As Himanshu said, we have to go for arranging the data in largest to smallest if I'm looking for top three. I'm looking for bottom three. So we should go for sorting the data smallest to largest order. And whatever the three line items appears in the beginning, we just highlight them, we copy that, we paste it in our Outlook email in new mail box over there. And then we send that email to our boss or superior stating that, sir, we have done the ground level of workings and we have identified our L1, L2, L3 supplier rates. Kindly approve the same so that we can start procuring the materials. Our bosses also, without having a look at the email, they say, I will acknowledge that later. Please go ahead and start purchasing the materials. Production should not get hampered. It should not stop because of the scarcity of the material. So this is how we work. No doubt about it. It's a right, fine process what we have been following. Now, in the whole process, I have a simple question. In the whole process, where is the value additions to the work? Because sorting is a task anybody can do. I could have given this task to one of my subordinate. Now, why being a team leader, being a manager, being a supervisor, I am spending my quality time for doing a task which is non-productive in nature? We never realize. We never try to find out the reason behind the same. And because of that, what it happens, the quality of work is missing. So this is one drawback of this kind of task. Besides that, take a look. When I go for finding my L1, L2, L3, today I am looking for ABC product. I have sorted. If I am looking for tomorrow XYZ product, again I have to sort. So each and every time, whenever you are looking for to purchase a particular product, then you have to do the sorting. So this task is repetitive in action. Every time you have to go for sorting. So that degrades your productivity and people don't like the same. So now the question is how to get this L1, L2, L3 with immediate note on a click of button. Just see. So here, 1 minute, watch my screen, people. I have got a column naming called bottom three. So whatever L1, L2, L3 we have found out immediately over here, the same thing we were going to find through the formula or functions of Excel. So first 1 minute, watch my screen, what I'm doing, observe. Next 1 minute, I'll be giving time to try with. Okay. So first watch. Ideally, when there is a need to design a formula, what we do, we go and apply the formula in one cell, then we go and drag it down, copy paste, double click on the fill handle, all these things we do. But today we are going to stop doing that action. So how to start with? First, we'll select all the three cells where we need the solution. First, we selected them. Then, leaving your mouse, leaving your touchpad, we need to type equal to. There is a beautiful formula in our Excel naming called small. So when I go for small formula, this demands me array. Where is array? In my left side of the formula? So I should use the left arrow key to move to the left. Then I'll select the complete array where the price columns are available. Now, when I copy this formula towards down, this array should not move down. So we should lock it. And to lock the same, we can go for F4 or function F4, depending upon the brand of laptop you're using or keyboard behavior. Now this array will not move down or move right. Then comma, what is that it is asking? So here, if you go for it, it is asking that k. What is the meaning by k? K is nothing but the integer, number, or ranking. So here we'll take a rank. L1. What should be the rank? The question itself answer is there. L1 rank should be 1. L2 rank should be 2. L3 rank should be 3. So basically, in place of k, we are expecting 1, 2, and 3. Now we cannot give together over here. Neither we could go and write to each and every cell 1, 2, and 3 separately. So what we can do, just see in our next column, in column G, we got a separate helping hand. The whole column is containing 1, 2, 3, and all. So I'll be using that column. So let's go for towards the right side, G12. It's containing 1, and that one becomes my k value for small formula. Now bracket close, formula is ready. Ideally, we finish our formula by hitting enter, but today we are going to use control enter and see the beauty, one shot, entire things are ready. So this is how people, this small formula will be pretty helpful whenever you go for any kind of summary report, tabular report to design, and this is going to bring you the result. So give it a try and check this small is working.
Mr. Prabhas, one area I was not clear. This G12 from where you get?
G12 is the G column. G column 12 is the row.
Because your screen is very minimized, no, so I cannot see it that time while you're working. G12.
I'll
Huh?
take,
So
yeah,
which column
G12.
you're working, you have to put the same column number, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Prabhas, when you selected the first, like when you type the formula in first cell,
Mm-hmm.
87, yeah. So how like it allowed you, like if you select all the three cells and then just type in the first cell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't need to go and see. Ideally, what is happening, we go and select again, we go and click on that cell. That is what the mistake we do. Don't click again. Just leave as it is, then start typing. It will start typing in the first cell only.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I actually I missed out on something. I think
You can share your screen,
my
no problem. You can share your screen, Rahul.
Suraj here.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So Rahul is on. Rahul, could you please keep your mic on mute? Yeah, sure.
Can you
Right.
see my screen?
Yeah, you can select your entire three cells where you have applied the solution.
Should I
All
delete
of
this
this.
again?
No, 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 no. Let's see what's the mistake you did. So because see, we have to also learn from our mistakes, right? So
Yeah.
here what you have done, if you look at, you have not logged at all. The range, if you keep your cursor in 111, just see, keep your cursor in 111 solution, the third one. Yes. Now open the formula by hitting F2 or function F2, F2 or function F2, whatever it is. It's F2 or function F2 for you.
I just double clicked on it.
Okay, no problem. Now, can you see the moment you see that cell, the array is moving down, that blue color border area in the left, it is moving down. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So this is the trouble. So ideally,
It's highlight.
your, yes, that blue color border, it should always start from E12, ends with E17. It should not go beyond that. Now, escape.
17. Okay.
Yeah, escape. Can select all the three cells. How to rectify what you have done, the mistake that we have identified. Now how to rectify? Select all the three cells. Now go for F2. Now select that blue color array E12 to E17 in the formula. And now function F4 or F4, whichever your direct key, or if it is a function F4. Yes. Now hold on. Formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest of the cells also. Control Enter.
Control Enter.
All right. So you got the answer. Now see, earlier it was showing 111. Now you go to 103.2 and open the cell by hitting function F2 or F2, whatever. Now you see that blue color border will not move down. It will stop with 134.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but
So
how,
this is,
actually, I forgot, like, why do we lock those cell? Mm,
that's what I told you, that blue color border was moving because that is the default nature of cells. In any point of time, when you copy the formula down or towards right, cells will be moving down or moving right. So we have to take a call where to lock the cells. If the data should not move, then we have to lock the cells by hitting F4. So that's basically helping to restrict the movement.
okay. Yeah, E12 to E17 we locked it. Okay.
Yes. All right. So I believe now we all are clear with this, whatever we
No,
discussed.
actually, I have some problem here.
Yes, yes.
I shared you the screen. Can you see?
Not yet. I guess I have overridden that.
Rahul,
Yes, Rahul, you can share your screen.
I shared
I
already.
need to stop, is it?
No, you have already stopped. No problem. You don't need to stop. I will take over the charts. Rahul, you can start sharing the screen.
I shared already. 1 minute.
Don't share your window. Share your entire screen or entire desktop.
Yes. Can you read out?
Yeah, I can see now. Yes, what's
See
the
here,
trouble?
the
No,
formulation.
no, why you are working in this data? Where is our data set? Rahul, I have shared you the sample case studies. Don't work with creating the data. How long it will be taking for you? I mean, if you create data and then start working,
Mm.
you would have received that entire case studies package in the mail. Download the
Yeah,
same.
yes.
From there, you start
mean-
working.
Meanwhile, can I ask one thing?
Okay.
Now you just download and extract the files. That's what I told you in the beginning. Download that entire
No, because
attachment.
I was joining late, no, so I didn't hear what you said that time.
Okay, now you do it. You go to
I
that
will
mail. Have you received the sample case studies email?
Yes, I received it.
Right. So go to that
Now
attachment. Yeah, download the attachment and right click upon that. Extract all. Extract
Okay.
all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I will.
Yes. Now close this file. Do not work anything outside of those case studies. Whatever the
Okay.
pointers you want to make a note, make it in the same file itself so that it will be helping you to refer later.
Okay. I will do it now.
Yeah. And you do it in the
Prabhas,
meantime. Yes, Suraj. Yes, Suraj.
Prabhas, can you repeat once again for a small formula, if you don't mind?
I will come. No, no, don't worry. So let me first clear Suraj's doubt. Suraj, yes, what is your doubt?
Yeah, I was saying this bottom three we have mentioned in G column, we have mentioned as 1, 2, 3. So
Right.
if we want any random number like 1, then 6, and then 7 position, which number will be? Can we put it that way?
Yes. If you want only first and fifth one and tenth one, you can write those numbers and you'll be getting those values only.
Okay, that positions
Yeah.
will come there.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
Param, what's your question? You want me to repeat, right? Hello, Param, able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhas.
Okay.
Can you repeat again?
Yes, yes, I'm doing it. See, the idea is instead of writing one cell formula and then dragging it down, we have
Okay,
selected the entire three cells first. Then immediately we typed a formula naming called small. This is demanding array. Array means this is what the data which is there in my left. Okay. Now this
okay,
array should not move down. When I copy this formula down, this array should not move down. For that reason, we
okay.
have to lock it by using F4 or function F4.
F4,
Yeah, the top row, F1, F2, F3,
2,
F4 we have.
and F4. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Now when you press
F4.
F4, it will be allowing you two dollar symbols applied to the column one and before row one. Correct?
Okay, okay,
Then comma, it is asking for K. K is nothing but the integer, number, or constant or ranking. So for L1, we need 1, L2, we need 2, L3, we need 3. So basically, in place of K, we are expecting 1, 2, 3. But we can't give it together, and neither we could go to each and every cell and edit the formula. That's why we have taken one input from column number towards your right side, G column, and G12 is containing 1. And that 1 is going to become K value for small formula. Bracket close. Formula is ready
yeah,
only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control enter. And we got the answer.
okay. Let me try
Yeah.
again.
Yes. Yes, Rahul. Did you get the files? Okay. So any doubt, any queries in our small formula or why we have used the dollar symbol? Hope you got the clarity on that part.
Yes, yes, we got it.
Right. No problem. Now
Prabhas,
we'll go
one
to,
thought,
yeah, no
one
problem.
thought, just a minute I will take. So,
Mm,
like it was only three cells we selected first. We apply the
mhm.
formula, and
Right.
like if there are 10,000
Hmm.
line items,
Right.
then won't be it be a difficult to select the cell first and then put the
Of
formula?
course, it will be, of course, it will be a difficult. So in that case, we should not go for this operation. We should go for selecting one cell, then go for finally double click on that fill handle box.
Noted.
Yeah. Why I have asked here to select since we have got hardly 3 to 5 row items to select so that we should not miss any cells. But when you have 10,000, 1 lakh row items, it is very difficult for us to go first to select. So in those cases, we can go for fill handle. That's the better option. So
Agreed.
depending upon the scenario.
Right. Thank you.
Right. Welcome. So now friends, we'll go for finding out the top three values. Like bottom three, we used small. Now top three, what we are supposed to use. Just watch my screen for a minute. As I told you, for bottom three small, opposite of small, what it would be? Large. So I'll go for selecting all the three cells. I'll go for my large formula. This demands me again the array, where it is in my left. So I'll go and select my left. Then this range should not move down or move right. So we should lock it. How to lock it? By using F4 or function F4, comma. What is the next it is asking? K. K meaning nothing but the integer, the number, or our ranking we discussed already. So we'll be taking the value from the left now. Bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell, but we need to apply for the rest. What is the shortcut we learned? Control enter, and we got the answer. So this is how, whenever you want top 10, bottom 10, bottom 5, top 5, anything you want, you can generate by using this kind of formula. And this will be very, very helpful whenever you go for any kind of summary report, tabular report, or any kind of template you are designing. You can keep always these things ready. Give it a try. And large function, kindly confirm. Is it working?
Mr. Prabhas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I logged into the sheets and I've started working. Can you check
Very
kindly?
good.
1 minute.
Yes, yes, you can share your screen.
1 minute. 1 minute. Are you able to see Mr. Prabhas?
Yeah,
Now see, this
perfect.
is okay.
Yes, perfectly fine.
And
Now
large is
then,
okay.
yes, yes, perfectly fine. Yeah.
I
Now,
want
only thing
only
is,
one. Yes,
yeah,
the
your
form.
formula text will not work. Just check it out. Is there?
Let me check. Yeah, working.
Yes, yes, fine then. You can make use of that.
Okay. So I want to ask you one more question, Mr. Prabhas.
Yeah.
This arrays, you are keeping in k value, the integer value. This is
Mm-hmm.
for the first three value, right?
Right.
So it can be either placed on left or right or top or bottom, anywhere else, no problem. Or only on
No
the next
problem.
column
No,
only.
no, 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 no. It's not such kind of limitations. You can keep 1, 2, 3 anywhere in the Excel sheet, and you can refer that cells. Not a problem.
So what if I'm doing only one, not I'm doing two and three? So if I drag the formula, what will happen?
Automatically below to 1, 2 is there. That's why it will take 2. If you have just only typed 1, then it will remain blank. It will not take any value
Okay,
because
okay,
K is missing over there.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
All right, so I'm taking the control back on the screen. So I believe everyone is clear whatever we discussed so far, small and large, and how to use this dollar symbol over there. Now, are you happy knowing about all these formulas like some product, formula text, small, large, uses of dollar
Yes.
symbol? Right, right. How about others? Fine. So if you are happy, then I am also glad. But let me take you through something. Stay focused. I'm taking two names out of this, our group. Say, our friend Aditya and Sukhada. If I take your name for the story, is that okay?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sukhada. Yeah, thanks. Now, suppose say this is our friend Sukhada has designed. Take a look, okay? And she has sent it across to Aditya. Aditya is watching the data. He is quite happy the way Sukhada has designed. But Aditya has a question in the mind. Why Sukhada has created all this column? This column is unwanted. He feels or he believes, and he deleted the same. Now, can you imagine what is happening with our formula? The entire formula goes for toss. Can you imagine that? And this is what most of the time it happens with us. We design some formula functions, we send it across to the people, they play around with the data, and finally the entire report goes for toss. They keep calling us and bothering us. Do you agree? Right. So this is what now we are going to solve. See, whatever we did, people, our expert, they do suggest us to do the job like this. But Microsoft Excel never recommends that you should go and keep creating this kind of helper column. Then the question is how to deal with the same. So stay focused for next 2 minutes. Whatever I'm explaining, please try to understand. Next another 2 minutes, I'll be giving time to try with on your screen. Don't worry. First, observe my screen. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3 is needed. That is for sure. But we are not going to use any kind of helper column. Then how to get it? What we are going to do is we are going to make our formula efficient enough in such a way it will generate those 1, 2, 3 in our formula itself and it will get the solution. But how? Take a look. If I ask you which row I am operating with, what will be your answer? I am operating with row number 12, isn't it? Since row 12 is highlighted. If I ask you, just to let me know by checking the same in Excel, which row I am operating with, then Excel will be taking the formula help. Name is called row. So row open bracket and close bracket, the basic job is to give the row number as the answer. So since we are in row number 12, it returned me the answer as row number 12. But if you look, remember, this is the place where what is the number we had? We had earlier 1. So 12 we are getting, but we are expecting 1. What we can do? Basic mathematics, minus 11. So when I go and hit enter, I got 1. The same formula I can apply towards down also, and I got my 1, 2, 3. So whatever I did it outside of the formula range, I need to do it in the formula itself. But how to do it? Just see. 1 minute again, watch my screen. I will delete everything. I'll go for a formula equal to large, then taking the data from prices column, locking the same reason we know, comma, I need K, 1, 2, 3. But how to get that? So I'll go for row formula and this is going to give me row number 12 as the answer. But how to check whether this row formula is going to give me 12? See, if I go and select and if I press F9, it will be giving me the answer 12, right? So I got that. Now I need to come back by hitting undo, Control Z. And then finally, at the end of the formula, I need to type minus 11. So this is going to give me the answer, and that's called my nothing but nested formula. So now formula is ready only with one cell. Need to apply for rest. What is the shortcut? Control Enter and see the beauty. Without taking any kind of helper column, we have got our solution. So this is how you are supposed to design your nested functions. Give it a try and check it's working.
Mr. Prabhas, if I want to delete and work on the same file, or because the previous small and large function will go up, no?
You have to, that is what we are not supposed to use that. The reason I told you, you have to rework on the same. You delete and rework on the same.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Prabhas, it's
Yeah.
working. I just want to know on one thing. How did you check
Mhm.
if that row and bracket was the answer was 12 or it was correct? How F9, I mean,
Yeah.
how to check that?
Yes. You can, while designing any kind of formula, you can check a particular segment, how what kind of result is going to give me.
Uh-huh.
So this is entire one segment, starting from R, ending up with close parenthesis and press
Hmm.
F9. Then it will be returning you the answer.
Okay, okay.
Now, once you get it, again you have to come back because this is what the output is being displayed. But you are in the
Mm-hmm.
formula designing mode. So to come back again, Control Z, undo.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I believe this large function is working. So kindly go and rectify the small also. So taking the entire cell array, small, taking the array, locking the same, comma, row, open bracket and close bracket, minus 11, and control enter. So this is how you can find out your bottom 5, bottom 10, top 5, top 10, anything. You can find it out.
Uh, yeah, hi. Can you please repeat this one row thing again, please?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sorry.
right now, if you look at which row we are operating with,
Yeah, 12.
well, so how did you know? Because you looked at the row number, that's what it's showing. We are in row number 12. Now, if I go for same row function, this is going to give me the 12 only because I'm in row number 12. Now, in the earlier case, if you look at the cell, what is the number it was there?
G12.
What was the number inside it was?
1.
1. So we are expecting 1. For that reason, basic mathematics, we should go and open the formula by deducting 11. We should go for and hitting enter. Now the same formula I can apply towards term. Same 1 to 3 we can generate through row formula, and this is what we did.
Minus 11 is for
Minus 11 is for because we are getting 12. So we are expecting output 1. So how much you should deduct then?
okay, output 1.
Yes.
Minus 11, yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Prabhas, this control enter is not working. And for me, I'm dragging.
No, 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 not necessary. You should have selected. You can share your screen. I'll tell you where the mistake is.
Yes, yes, 1 minute. See here.
Mhm.
So
You delete
now,
everything first. Delete everything.
yes.
Yeah, that is what the mistake. I told you first you select all the 3 cells, then you start typing. Escape,
Okay.
select all the 3 cells and start typing. You don't click there. You don't click there. Leave the mouse, leave the touchpad. Type. No, no. Select all the 3 cells first, then
Okay.
leave the mouse. Leave the mouse. No need to
Okay.
touch that. Equal to, then start typing small and go for your tab. Select. Yes, go for yes, comma, taking the row function, bracket open, bracket close, and minus 11, then bracket close, control enter.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Yep,
Got it.
yep,
Thank
fine. All right, so we are clear with our small and large functions, people. Okay, so taking the live data, keep practicing about all these things on your idle time, and you can help yourself. Now, coming back to the next over here. Ideally, the moment you go for this, people, this rounding off is always giving a biggest task or problem for us at the year end. When you go for reconciliation activities, we always end up passing some kind of provisional entries or making a suspense entries over there. The differences are because of the rounding of the data. So just to come out of that problem or keeping your value, whatever the difference into the minimum, you can always go for your any kind of template and keep this rounding of data formula available. So let me take you through. We have a prices column. Now my boss is saying over here, because I don't want to see the decimals, do one thing, get me the data rounded off to the nearest one unit. So what is the meaning by nearest one unit? 103.2 is there. Ideally, what is the number we prefer to show? If I want to round it off, we go for 103.
103. Yeah.
If it is of 111.5, then what is that preferred to show? 112. Do you agree? right? Now take a look. One case we took 1 unit up, but one case we took 1 unit down. So how do you take a call where to take 1 unit up and where to take 1 unit down? We are not taking a call. This is a stand alone our logic. If at all post decimal the characters is 5 or more than 5, we go for 1 unit up. If it is less than 5, we go for 1 unit down. This is how we take a call. Do you agree? Now same thing we are going to do in Excel. Now see, in this case, whenever you go for or ask anyone, they will suggest you go for round formula. I'm not denying round will be working fine and you can go for that. But the thing is, when you go for round, again, that situation specific, you have to change the formulas. So here, Microsoft has made some improvements in the rounding of formulas. What we can do over here, just have a look. No need to do anything first. So in my screen, I'll be using a formula naming called mround. What it demands me number. So I'll take the number from the left side. Now comma multiple. So how many units you want to round it up? Nearest to 1 unit. So I can simply go for 1. Bracket close. Formula is ready. And formula we have to apply for the entire range. Control enter. See the beauty? A simple m round formula. M stands for multiple. You can always take this formula. M round. Check it out. This M round is working for you.
Mr. Prabhas,
Yep.
it is coming to me value. It is not. I don't know.
No, no, you have taken the range probably. So just take one cell only. Don't take the entire range. Equal to m round. Take the first cell
Okay.
from the prices, comma 1.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
yeah, yeah. Fine.
Okay.
So similarly, if you have to find out the answer for the second question, prices are to be rounded off to the nearest 5 unit. Now take a look. If it is of 103.2, what should be the answer in this cell if I want to go for it?
103.5.
3.5. See, we have to round it off. We are not going to have the decimals. We have to round it off. Take a look. Try to
105.
understand. 105. If it is 87,
It will 90.
are you sure? 90?
Yeah, 5. No?
87.5 and above, then 90. 87 if it is, then 85.
85. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
So that is what we are expecting. So how to get that? Again, no need to go and depend upon a different formula. We can go for same M round formula. See the beauty? I can go for this price and multiple. Again, I'll go for 5. So when I go for 5 units, so it will be always take the 5 skip interval or 5 jump values or 5 counts over there. Now control enter. So we got the records. So whenever you're looking for multiple of 10, multiple of 5, multiple of 1, you can take only one formula M round. There is no other formula required.
Prabhas, can you help me understand what does this rounded off to nearest 5 units mean?
Okay, sure. Now suppose say I have got a scale of 5 skip count like 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, like that one scale is there. Now if I'm looking for 103.2, which interval this is going to fall? Is it going to fall in between 100 and 105? Do you agree?
Yeah,
Now, which is the nearest one? If you look at 103.2, which is the nearest one to out of these two?
it's 105.
So that is the answer.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the formula says that select the number. That's why
Mhm.
we cannot select the full array, is it?
Yeah, if it is asking for array, then we should have gone for it. If it is asking for a range, or if it is asking for a like a table array, then you should have selected more than one cell. So since it is asking one number, it is applicable only for a cell.
And the decimals also can be rounded off. Like if you want 103.2, if you want it
Mhm.
close to 103.5, so even that can be done here.
Yeah, yeah, that you can go for round. No, not in this. Not in this. Decimal round up, you have to go for round up, round down, round formula, those things for that purpose. Very rarely in use. That's why nowadays nobody's using that. But if you're really interested, you can go for that. But technical, that is not needed. If you go for this
Okay.
data to round it off, you can simply go for home tab and go for a comma, and this will be automatically making your proper number format. And you don't want one decimal, just go for decrease decimal. That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Number, home number, and okay.
Yes, Abid, we'll go for a break. Just give me 10 minutes time because we need to complete this and go then. Is that okay? Yeah. Don't worry, that's there in my mind. I'll be giving the break. I told you in the beginning itself. Don't worry. All right, so now we are going to look at people over here. We have a column. You can notice where the prices column is there. All right. And we see the data is of mixed type. Like we have got positive, we have got negative, everything in one column. Now my boss is not happy watching the same, and immediately he's asking me, Prabhas, just keep your data with you. I just want only the value which is positive in the next column. So boss is not interested in negative values. He wants to see the positive values. Now, take a look. Looking at the data, how do you decide something is negative? If it's there in the brackets or if it is starting with a hyphen or dash symbol, this is negative. If none of them is available, then it's positive. Simple. Similarly, if I ask you, please logically check whether the data is positive or negative, what you do? We go to each and every cell and we go and check if it is more than zero, positive. If it is less than zero, negative. This is how we keep working logically. Now, same thing, we are going to do it in Excel. But how? Just see. I selected my entire array. I'll go for equal to. There is a logic we have got word if. So logical formula, we can use that. So start working with me. Select your entire array and go for if. Now, logical test. Taking the data from left and we need to do a test. What kind of test? Is it greater than zero? That is what we need to put the formula. So this entire setup becomes my logical test of the formula. Now, when you are doing a test, there might be a success, there might be a failure also. We never know. So what we need to do over here, people, we should go for comma, value if true. Means if this value is greater than zero, it means it is positive. So in the next column, which value you are expecting? The value which you are checking. So we take the same value. Now, comma, value if false. So what is the meaning by value if false? If there is no success, the result is, suppose success is failure over here, then it might be, if it is not greater than 0, definitely it is less than 0. If it becomes less than 0, it turns out to be negative. If it is negative, we don't want that value to be populated in the next column. But there should be some treatment in the next column. What kind of treatment? 0, hyphen, nil, not available, not applicable. Whatever we are writing, we should write or we must write within two double inverted quotes. Since we are working in template, how the template output has to be? Blank cell. And how to define a blank cell? Two double inverted quotes only. So here people commits a mistake. They define two double inverted quotes, but they define a space in between that. And that is really annoying because space, though it is not visible, it is counted as a character. So you have to be very specific when you need a blank cell as the output. And do not go for over here single quote 4 times. You have to go for shift and double quote. Write it close. Formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control, enter. And see the beauty? We got the answers ready. So this is how a simple logical formula, how to write it in our Microsoft Excel. We got the answer. Try this and check, is it working? Any doubt, any queries?
In this formula, you have mentioned E32 again. Could you just tell me that again? Of why we took E32 again?
Okay, so in that case, what I'm receiving the answer, what I'm supposed to get the answer. If you go for the formula demands if this value is true, means whatever you are checking, whether this value is greater than 0, we are checking. If it is true, means what you are expecting. That is what we are giving the output. So since we are expecting the same value in the next column, we given the output as the same value.
Uh-huh. Okay. And if not, then make it nil by
Yes.
double inverted commas. Okay.
Yes. Now, simple logic. See, when you get your bank statement, okay, debit, credit, everything comes in one column, right? When it
Yeah.
is having credit and debit, if you see how you differentiate, either DRCR will be there or positive, negative will be there. Depends, right?
Yes.
So you want to bifurcate how many credit items or credit entries are there or how many debit entries are there. You want to bifurcate. Then this formula will be definitely helpful again. So wherever, it's not about just only bank statement. Suppose I'm working with my customers' balances or vendors' balances, and I'm looking for how many debit or credit entries are there, or how many cases I have raised the invoice and whatever the payments I have received. I want to bifurcate that so that I can find, I mean, I can reach the final figure. What's the outstanding? Then this formula will be helpful again.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Prabhas, can you show me any live example? You can put, as you tell, there is a double quote inside. You can put a value like 0 or like not applicable. Anything you can write and show me another example. How it
Yeah,
works.
same example, we can go for it. So I just want to make it as a negative value for identification. So I can
Okay.
write negative over here like this.
Mm.
And it will show wherever the negative
Yeah.
values, they are negatives.
That, that,
Yes.
so that everyone can understand.
Yes. Now, so here, I believe now the logical formula over here is working fine for you. Are you happy using the formula? Fine. So here, 95% users across the globe, if you ask, they will suggest you this kind of formula for this kind of situation to handle with. But I don't recommend this. Reason? We got the solution, then why you don't recommend? If you remember, I told you about a problem while starting in Excel training. What was that? Can somebody recall it, please?
Size will increase. Excel size will increase.
Very good. So here, remember one thing, the more the if formula over here in any Excel file, the file size becomes heavy because if formula always occupies a lot of space. Okay, so if formula should not be your first choice. In the worst case, only go for if formula. If you do not have any other choice, then go for if formula. Now, in this case, if I'm not supposed to use this if formula, then what is the answer? How to get it? What kind of formula I should use to keep my formula length crisp and the file size also will not be heavy? Just see. I'll go to my alternative column over here. Watch my screen for a while. Equal to, I'll take the formula name called max. And we know the max formula over here, if you look at what it demands, it always finds out the maximum value in a range. So I'll take over here number one, my prices column first value, comma, number two. So what should be my number two? As we discussed, whenever we check logically whether the value is positive or negative, which value we have compared with? We have compared with zero. So we'll go for zero over here. Now what we are trying to do, we are asking Excel to perform a calculation between the number and zero, which is more. Please return that. So here we are not discussing anything below zero cases. Jobs become very simple also. Formula is ready only with one cell. Need to apply for rest. Control enter and see the beauty. Same thing. We got it. Now you tell me, being an audience, if you're watching my formula, which one you prefer to see the most? Option one or option two? Obviously, option two, because nobody wants to see some lengthy formulas or formula which is not clear or logical formulas always occupies the space. So better you can go for this kind of formula. So wherever it is possible, try to keep your formula length minimum. Give it a try and check it's working.
So can we say max is an alternative to the if formula?
No, it's for this logic you can go for max, but max is literally not the ultimatum or replacement for if. Fine. So this logical operations, how to do, hope it is clear, working fine for everyone. All right. Now we'll go for our next some date related challenges. Just see. Suppose say on 11 December 2019, I furnished one contract of AMC for HP printer with one of my vendor and duration I fixed for 16 months. So like this, I have got multiple AMCs, multiple vendors, and duration also, different durations. So I need to find out my date of expiry so that I can take a call whether to renew the contract or to stop the service over here. Anything, I can go for it. Okay. So how to do that? Now, if you look at the very first case, what would be my date of expiry? Just check it out manually and tell me. 11 April 2025. Suraj is saying, Suraj, 25, how it is be? Okay, 4 years. 11 April
That is correct.
2021.
21.
Hmm. Okay, see, here so many things are coming up, but which is the right answer? All right. So one thing we know, people, that whenever there is a date related calculations, we have to be pinpoint accurate about that. And this is what we need the most whenever we are working with any kind of agreements, claims, contracts, or any kind of instrumentation certificates, or you are working with your bank guarantees or investment related documents. We need this kind of calculations the most, and we have to be pinpoint accurate. So in those cases, how to get it? There is a beautiful formula in our Excel, people, naming called E-date. E stands for electronic date. What it demands? Start date. We can take date of AMC. Comma. What is the next one? It is demanding months. We do have a ready-made months in the left. Now, when I go and take bracket close, control enter, and I am getting my answer. So the answer, whatever I am getting, is in general format. But what I'm expecting is the date format. So any point of time to convert any format to date, you can go for over here. Can you see a numerical 3 button showing as a hash key? So we have to go for Control, Shift, and 3. So whenever you go for Control, Shift, and 3 to convert any format to date format. So you don't need to go and spend time for right click, format cell, custom, doing the respective changes. So this is how people we have understood whenever there is a need, how to make use of this edate function and get our result.
How you found this virtual keyboard?
Going for start on, just type on, then you'll be getting on-screen keyboard. You can take that, and this will be opening like this. On-screen keyboard from the search. It's a default command of our Windows operating system. All right. So this edit formula, I believe it's working fine. Any doubt, any queries?
Actually, future date, can we, like working days and all that, can be done here?
No, this is not the working days. This is the total number of days taking, considering all the weekends, everything, public holidays, it is calculating. So if you are looking for some working days and all, you have a separate formula called network days or network days international. Now, suppose say you want to know between these two dates, how many days we have as a working day. So you can go for a formula equal to network days. So taking this is as a start date and then taking this as a end date. So there are only this many 348 days as a working day. Now, what is that working day meaning? It is calculating Monday to Friday. So each week, only taking 5 working days in a week, it calculates. That is called network days international network days. Now, suppose say you have only Sunday as a weekend, Sunday as a weekend, and you want to find out the calculation. So you should go for network days international. Again, start date over here, comma, end date over here. Then it asks for you, what is that? Sunday only. You have to take into consideration. And then when you go for a knitting answer, this is what the answer. So this is 5 days in a week, and this is 6 days in a week.
You keep it on the formula, this international.
Yep.
Network does dot international.
Mr. Prabhas, how you're viewing that formula? Which button this one?
F2.
F2. Okay.
Yeah.
Prabhat, I'm stuck at
on
converting that expiry date number to the actual date.
Yeah, you can go for Control Shift and 3. Just press together Control Shift and 3.
Okay.
All right. So we got our date of expiry, people, but our work is not done yet. Just see. What is the another risk factor we have yet to be calculated? 11th April 2021. Is it going to fall in a weekday or weekend? That also we need to identify. And for that, over here, to find out a day from a date, what we can do, we can go for a formula naming called text. So this demands me my data. Yes, I have taken, comma, format text. What kind of format you are expecting over here? Ideally, what is the date format we follow? DD, MMYY or MMDDYY. Now, in that case, the moment we go for this formula, our D stands for day, M stands for month, Y stands for year. It is predefined by Microsoft Excel. So our focus is not with the month and year, our focus is with the day. So within two double inverted quotes, we should go for typing D 4 times. Now, why D 4 times? To get the complete string of the day. Now I'll go for this bracket close and control enter. And I got the record. See, as we are anticipating, the very first case we are falling in Sunday. So if you do not renew the contract before 1 or 2 days, depending upon 5 or 6 working days, you'll be in trouble. So this is how we got another function. This will be very, very helpful for generating the data, because in Excel, when you download the data from Microsoft, or sorry, in the your SAP or ERP, whichever the functions, though it is IBM ERP, Oracle ERP, or SAP for Success Factor, you don't get a separate column called day. You have to generate that. So there, this formula will be very helpful.
There's no way to remember the formulas, yeah?
No. There are
You have to know it.
582 formulas. How you remember? Tell me.
Just by practicing, we should.
Yes, we have to practice. So you have to learn and you have to connect with your data that these are the functions, how to apply it. And then that is the only way to register things on daily basis. You have to keep applying the same. All right, so let's go for finding the month also. What we can do, going for text, date of expiry within two double inverted quotes, M4 times, and then control enter. So you got your records of month. Similarly, if you want to find out your year, we don't need to go for text formula and defining y 4 times. That's very lengthy. So you should go for the formula, direct formula we have in Excel, naming called year. And there we can take a call of date of expiry, bracket close, control enter. So wherever, whatever the way the formula length will be minimum, that you should keep trying so that the file size will not be heavy and the data processing also will be very faster. So kindly check it out. All these formulas are working. Any difficulties or any questions, anybody? All right. So we are clear with our business maths, whatever the formula functions we dealt with. Fine. So kindly save all your workbooks, people. With this, we'll go for a short break. So in my system, it is 4:05 p.m. So as per Indian Standard Time. So we'll come back at 4:20. So 15 minutes break we have just to have a tea or coffee, have a brisk, come back soon. We'll discuss the rest. So I'll be mute. I'll be back by 15 minutes time. All right, so I believe everybody's back. Could you please respond in the chat box? Why for yes? Fine. So I got a confirmation from Mansoor, Shukada, Suraj, Abid. How about others? Rahul, Aditya, Ramesh. Okay, so let us go for our next sheet, people, naming called data presentation. So when you look at our data, let me just take you through what is that we have. We have got 1 year records. You can see, suppose say my boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire revenue data for the whole year. So whatever the Excel sheets I had prepared, month-wise or product-wise, vendor-wise, customer-wise, whatever it is, I have collated everything, and this is the final story. I have made it. Okay. Now, whatever we have prepared, anybody can do that. It's not a rocket science or something extraordinary. So now the case is, what else we can do to make it more informative, or what else we can add it so that there will be a value additions to our job, or what else we can incorporate it along with these two columns so that when I'm presenting the next to the audience, people would be very happy watching the presentation. So the first thing first, if you look at our data, we do not have a total. So we can go for a total, and for that you can keep your cursor in the total cell and go for Alt equal to. So Alt equal to is the quick keyboard shortcut for a sum function. So when you press, did you get the same total? Kindly confirm 33,715.
So what did we use?
Equal to.
Alt equal to.
You press together, keeping the cursor in the total cell. It will be giving a sum formula. You have to hit enter.
Alt equal. Oh. Alt equal. Oh.
Yes, Parmesh, what happened? Voice, you are not getting my voice. So you please log out and log into the meeting room. Anybody is not getting my voice clearly? It is not audible. Right. So anybody is having the trouble with regard to the audio, you please check your internet connectivity, because from my side, I'm pretty sure we are working with, but still, I don't want to rule out that. If at all any point of time you believe, you just check in the chat box. Anybody else is facing the trouble, I will be switching my port. Don't worry. Okay, thank you so much for the confirmation. So let us go to our next. Now check on my screen, whatever we have done, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same, but when I'm presenting my data to the management, they are expecting the data in terms of percentage. So let's go and create another column naming called revenue percentage. All right. So now what would be the formula? First 1 minute, watch my screen, understand what is the formula applying, and the same you can apply in next 1 minute time. Just see. I'll take the formula equal to taking the value from the left should be divided by the total revenue. Do you all agree with the formula? If I want to calculate in terms of percentage, right? Now, when I copy this formula towards down, only my revenue cells should move down, not the total revenue. So we should lock it. And how to lock it? We know by using F4. And the same formula we can apply over here. Now the answer, if you see, it is coming up in decimals. But what we are expecting in terms of percentage. So any point of time to convert any format to percentage. See, in the numerical 5 button, we have got a percentage sign. So Control Shift 5. I repeat, Control Shift 5 is nothing but converting any format to percentage. So when I go for this, and now I'm getting it over here, right? Now the same I can apply for others. And if I go for a total, did I receive my answer as 100%? Yes. So this is how people, we got another column ready, naming over here revenue percentage. Kindly confirm.
Mr. Prabhas, how did you tell that to convert this to percentage from decimal?
Control Shift 5.
Control Shift and 5, huh?
Yes. Because the 5 numerical key, if you look at, it is containing the percentage symbol. Can you see that on
Yes,
your
yes,
keyboard
yes.
also? So it is very easy to remember even. All right. So now we believe we all are clear with our revenue percentage calculation. Any doubt, any queries, or anything is not clear?
We have to select the cell of the percentage and then use this control shift and number 5.
Yeah, because how do you change the format? Like the moment you see here, we change to date format, right? We selected everything, then we went for Control Shift 3. Similarly, you can select one and Control Shift 5. The same you can apply for later, or you can select everything, then Control Shift 5. Either way, whichever it is comfortable for you.
Control shift 5.
All right. So now, once we have done with this, then what's next? Or people may what they demand or what we can add. Just have a look. We can compare our data on month and month, like Jan to Feb, Feb to March, March to April, all these things we can compare. So that's called month and month comparison. And technically we call them as growth. So our next column, what we are going to add is naming called growth. So what would be the formula for growth column we are going to discuss now? Now, growth. The moment we want to calculate growth, just see, since we have got our first month as January, do you have anything before January to compare with? Check it out. Do we have anything before January? No. So growth would be nil. Growth is ideally nil. But when I go to Feb, I have got something to compare with, isn't it? So what should be the basic formula? Equal to February minus January. Can I take this? What's that? Basic mathematics, nothing much to say in this. Now the same when I go for application to others, double click on the fill handle and it is populating. My growth column is ready. Check it out. Now, growth in terms of value, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But when I'm presenting my data to the management, they are expecting the growth to be in percentage. So what should be the formula for growth percentage calculation? First, watch my screen. As I told you, since Jan is the first month, growth is nil. Growth percentage also will be by default nil. Do you agree? Right? Similarly, the moment I go for over here, the others, like moment I go to Fave, what would be my formula? So stay focused, please. Equal to whatever the growth I have identified in the month of Fave, that should be divided by the base month. So for Fave, which is the base? Base is the January. So when I go for January, I should divide it by over here. And the moment I hit enter, this is going to give me the answer in terms of decimals. And the same we want to convert into percentage, and we know what is the shortcut key: control shift and 5. Now the same I can double click on the fill handle and my rest of the story is ready. So this is how we got another column ready, naming called growth percentage. So we will try this and confirm please in the chat box. Write for yes once it is done.
Mr. Prabhas,
Yep.
can you repeat again growth percentage?
Yes. Taking the growth over here,
Okay.
whatever in the month of frame should be divided by The base month. So Feb, which is the base?
Base.
So Feb month growth, how did you compute? Taking the data from Jan, you have deducted from the Jan month, correct?
Yes, yes.
So for Feb, base is Jan. So that's why we have to take equal to growth, whatever we have identified should be divided by the Jan month. And this
Jan.
will be giving you answer in terms of decimals. And you have to convert into percentage, control shift and 5.
Control shift and 5. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
yep, welcome.
Prabhas, I
Yep.
have often seen people using if error formula for calculating these kinds of value. So does that also increase the file size?
Yes, if error has a different purpose, but wherever if is there, definitely it is going to occupy a lot of space. But if
Okay,
error is the
okay,
formula, can be combined with any formula, and the job is to handle formula-driven errors. So we are going to learn in our day 4.
okay, okay.
Yeah. All right. So now growth percentage we have calculated. Now let's see what else we need to do. See, we had only 2 columns, but this much of task is pending. Trust me. So now what else we can do? Let's stay focused. Just watch my screen. Try to understand the concept. Now suppose say Jan month I have completed my business. This is the first month I have completed my business. And somebody asked me, Pravas, how much money you made? So I would say 3963 USD. But the same thing when I need to answer after completing my business for the month of Feb, what would be my answer? Whatever the Jan month revenue, I will be adding in Feb and I will state my answer. Similarly for March, Jan plus Feb plus March. If I go for April, Jan plus Feb plus March plus April. What do you call all these things? We call it as a cumulative value, or we call it as an accumulation of the data, or we call it as a running total. But in corporate reports, when you go for this kind of calculations, people, yes, Imanshu, very good. We call it as YTD, year to till date. So let's go and create another column naming called YTD. Okay. Now, what would be the formula for YTD calculation? Just watch my screen first. So here, since Jan is the first month of our year, okay, now this data, whatever we have made it, it is going to be the same for YTD for the month of Jan, right? So we can populate with the help of a formula equal to taking the data from Jan. Now, when I go to Feb, what should be the formula? We should take 1 unit up, like just above to one cell, that is YTD for the month of Jan, plus current month revenue, that is Feb month revenue. Is it going to give me the cumulative value? Of course, yes. Now the same we can apply for others. Now, how will I know I am doing the things right, or how know that I'm in the right track? See, the moment you go to the December month, whatever that December month YTD, is it matching with our revenue column total? Yes, we are in the right track. So this is how people, we got one more column naming called YTD. Kindly calculate and confirm working. Okay. Now, YTD in terms of value, billions, millions, lakhs, crores. Maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same, but when I'm presenting the data to the management, what they're going to expect? Definitely YTD in terms of percentage. So let's see now over here how to present our data in terms of percentage over here. Okay, very easy. No need to take an extra headache over here. See, select your entire this YTD percentage column the way I'm selecting. Okay, and go for simply Control R, fill right. So whatever our left side formulas are there, the same thing we can apply towards right, Control R. Okay. Now data is coming up in decimals, but we have to convert into percentage. We know Control Shift and 5. Now, how we'll know that we are in the right track? If you go to our December month over here, YTD percentage, is it matching with our revenue percentage column total? Yes. So we are in the right track. So this is how people we have understood. We had only two columns, but this much of task was pending. And this is what very essential over here. Any department, wherever you are working with, this kind of calculations are very much necessary. Nobody is going to demand all those things. This is inherent by nature. The data itself needs all this story. Hope you're able to do it. Any doubt, any queries, anybody?
Can you repeat the YTD percentage, please?
Simple, select and Control R. Control R to fill right.
I have done it, but not coming in percentage. Yeah, am I
Okay, you
making
can
some?
let me see, then only I can tell. So just share your screen. Let me have a look.
Is it visible?
Yeah, I could see that. So first of all, go to the left side column. Kindly go to the left side column. Yes, you have taken the as it is data, YTD, for the month of Jan. That should be formula driven. So go to that cell, equal to Jan month revenue. Enter. Now go to the second cell, equal to, no. One,
Okay.
equal to, taking the one cell up, F5, perfect. Now this is right. Now you can select everything and Control R and Control Shift 5. And
Thank
if you see December month, 100% coming.
you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah, Mr. Prabha, sorry.
Yeah.
I cannot view, your system has been hanged a little bit time. The YTD percentage.
Yeah, you
Can
can
you show me?
select and you can select and Control R.
Control?
R to fill right.
Control R. Huh? Okay.
Then convert your data into percentage. Control Shift 5.
No. Control R.
Prabhas,
It should add, no, on the YTD. It should add like from 1223, right? It is not coming.
Yeah, it is coming up. You can share your screen. If it is not coming up, you can share your screen. Let me have a look.
No, can you show your formulation, your screen? I want to see that.
That is what, sir. If you can share it across, I can guide you immediately where the mistake happens,
Okay,
because
okay.
that depends upon the previous column also.
Okay.
It's not just Control R. We are filling it right. Whatever in the left side column, if that data is not
Can you
proper,
see that?
YTD. No.
Can you see
Yeah,
that?
it is coming up. It is coming up. Just hold on. Yes. Now go to the left side column first, YTD column. Just keep the cursor in the Jan month YTD. Yes, equal to B5. Perfect. Go down. Go down. No. In YTD column, second cell.
Second cell, okay.
That is what the formula is wrong. Equal to YTD for the month of Jan. One cell above. Equal to, just type equal to
equal to.
Jan month YTD, one
Okay.
cell above, plus one cell from the current cell, that is current month, Feb month revenue from the left, B6. Yes,
Okay.
that makes your cumulative.
Okay.
Same you can apply for others. Double click on that formula. Right. Are you
Yes. Yes.
getting? Okay. Now select everything from the YTD percentage, select everything top to bottom. No, don't go and drag it. I never said to drag it. Select everything. Yes, Control R to fill right. And then
Yes.
Control Shift 5. Now you're getting 100% in the December.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, this is the reason why I was telling, because I knew the problem will be in the YTD column only. Otherwise, Control R is going to work fine, super fine.
So where should we use
Control
this
R
control R?
copies the formula there.
Control R is just filling the data towards the right. In your left side column, whatever the formula functions data is there, as it is going to fill right. So since Jan month YTD was depending upon a formula equal to B5, so when you go right, it is taking equal to C5.
So how did the percentage arrive?
Percentage, which one you are talking about?
After pressing the control R, how this YTD
Control,
percentage follows
Control
percentage?
Shift 5. Control Shift 5.
Okay.
Prabhas, can you see my screen? If you don't mind, can I share that
Right now,
for
Rahul's screen is
YTD
on.
percentage?
You can share the screen for me. So, Param, are you sharing the screen? I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm sharing. I'm sharing now.
I request all of you to close immediately and vacate the premises. The next holiday will be announced shortly by Mr. Satish. Everyone immediately close.
Prabhas?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Just open Excel.
I think the ministry has started patrolling and
Yeah,
checking
this one.
across all the locations and see the next when the next working
Right.
day will be announced.
So you go for the left side cell.
This one, YTD?
Yes. That you have taken as it is
Yeah.
data. You should put it in a formula equal to B5 equal to B5.
Okay,
Enter.
B5.
Yes. Now when you go for it, F5, that is fine. So now go towards your right. Yes.
Okay,
Select
okay.
everything. Select everything. Control R.
Delete. Control R. Okay.
Then Control Shift 5.
Control Shift pen drive.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. All right. So I believe now, see, we got a clarity that how to deal with this kind of data and how to make it more informative, adding this kind of additional columns. And this is very much essential. These are called the statistical calculations, nothing much. But once your data is ready, keep your cursor anywhere in the data and go for Control A. And whenever you have multiple columns, ensure that your data gives a feel of a table by applying the borders. And to apply the borders, you should go to Home, Border, All Border with the help of mouse. Else, you can go for Alt, H for Home, B for Border, A for All Border. So whichever it is comfortable for you, go for it, but the borders to the cells to be applied. So the keyboard shortcut, Alt, H for home, B for border, A for all border. One by one.
Prabhas, one question.
Mhm.
After giving the border, if we want a color to put in, and the color should be like in two different shades.
Here you're just giving a background noise a lot. Some loose connectivity is there. Are you using headphone or something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was what. So you please remove that because it is not giving a proper audio. Now
Okay,
you can ask me a question by removing that, please.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, better now.
Yeah, now quite comfortable.
Okay. So I was just asking that what if we want to put a color in the sense like two different cells with two different shades.
No, you want to go for cell color or you want to go for only border color?
No, all the cells
Mm-hmm.
and with two different like row 4 will be having one color, row 5 will be having the one color, and then these two colors will be like one after one
Alternative.
alternatively.
Right, right. We'll do
Yeah,
that. Don't
yeah.
worry. We'll do that. Yeah. So when you go for our next setup, how to make our data presentable, we'll go and discuss all these things. Don't worry.
Mr. Prabhas, I'm not able to get
I
that.
just had one doubt about this control R. Where all we can use this? Like it copies whatever there is there on the left side, is it?
Absolutely.
So here in YTD it is YTD we have a value of cumulative value, and
Mm,
in YTD percentage we are just doing control R and it's giving percentage.
yes. You just try to don't go with the entire column. See the first cell, like in YTD, what we had. There is no value. That is value is already formula driven. And which cell it is picking up the value from B5, correct?
Yeah.
Are you watching my screen?
No. Yeah. Now I'm watching.
Now what? uh, So this cell is already taking the value from B5. Now this cell is moving towards right. So this cell also will move towards right, correct?
Uh-huh.
So this
Yes.
cell now when I move to YTD percentage, is it picking the value from here? What is this cell? C5. Is
Revenue
it taking the
percentage.
value from C5?
Okay.
So each and every cell, it is moving one cell towards right. So here, if you go for the second cell, the formula what we have taken, one cell from up. So when I move right, this cell will move like F5 will go to G5 and B5 will go to B6 will go to C6. So when you go for it, is it coming up?
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Got it.
Yes. Any other questions from anybody? All right. So here, now the moment we go for this, the minimum application of our formatting, like giving a feel of a table. All right. Now, once we have done it, the latest style of data presentation, it says that when you have multiple columns in a table, the first column should be always aligned to the left and rest of the columns should be always aligned to the center. So go and select except the month, rest of the columns, and for central alignment, you should go to home. And in the paragraph alignment group, you should go for center. So the same thing you can go for our keyboard shortcut also. Alt, H for home, A for alignment, C for center. So one more keyboard shortcut, whichever it is comfortable for you, go for it. But if you ask me, I would always suggest go for keyboard shortcut so that you can save your time because these are the things which you do it 100 times in a day. So at least 100 seconds, if you could save, that's a great achievement.
Okay, including the header, we have to make the
Yes.
alignment different.
Yes.
Or and if this data had names, then also we will keep it in center.
Yes, yes. Whatever it
Okay, that's
is,
the
the rest of the columns. That is
looks
what the
easy.
latest style. Latest style. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now kindly take a look over here.
Can
You
we
just see.
increase the thickness of this table border which you have created? Can we increase the thickness, the grid line
Thickness.
or the border? Yeah.
Right. You can go for that again to select, and you can go for over here, right click. You can go for format cells over here, and there we have got a border option. And in that border, whichever the lines you want from this style category, you can choose.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome. Now, kindly take a look. Once we have done with this, see, though we make our data ready, but the data is not presentable yet. So minimum formatting also required to beautify our data. Ideally, how do you beautify? We just apply the colors. Now, where we apply the colors? By taking the from options from home, and we know fill color and font color. We believe this is the only word we have. These are outdated. Nobody prefers to see this kind of colors. So there is way beyond better things than this. We have to focus. Just see how. We can take, just watch my screen. I can take my month column completely over here. I'll go to my home tab. There is a beautiful option called cell styles. And when I go for cell styles, there are many more styles. And on the bottom line from the themed cell styles category, can you see some high definition, colorful buttons kind of look it is giving? So I can take any colors out of this over here. So I like this color, I can take it. Now again, I'll go for the first row, home tab, cell styles. I can take one more. So this is how you can always take some minimum colors. We are not making too much of loud to our data, but yes, presentable and giving a neat and clean look over there. All right. Hope you are getting the same. All right. So here, once you do this, now where did you all do all these things in Excel? So when you are presenting the same to the PowerPoint, you don't need to struggle much. Just see 1 minute on my screen. I can take this. My boss asked me, Prabhas, why don't you bring this to PowerPoint? I don't need to struggle much. We can simply go for over here, right click and go for paste as a picture. And diagonally, I can increase the size over here like this. And when I'm presenting it, definitely it will be giving a neat and clean look. So that's the reason why nowadays people prefer to see the data better in Excel itself. So when there is a need, you can bring it to PowerPoint or Outlook, wherever you want, you can populate. All right. So hope it is clear how to make our data informative. Any difficulties, anybody?
Which option we use for going to PowerPoint?
Selecting, just right click and paste as a image. This option. After copying the table, going to PowerPoint, right click and from the right side, second option, picture.
Okay.
Right. Now, kindly go to our next level. How to make our data presentable. Let's see over here. Check your data. See, same our yearly data is available, complete Jan to December. And suppose say my boss asked me, Pravas, get me the data in a proper format. Simply I can select and convert into table. So go for converting the data into table, Control T, T for Tango. And it will take you to a dialog box, something like this, and click OK. Now with immediate effect, you will be finding a beautiful format. Alternate rows are highlighted, column headers are defined with proper background or fill of colors, and filter buttons are also embedded. A lot of things are happening around in just one click. Right, Himanshu? This is what you were expecting, right? Yes. So this is nothing but the keyboard shortcut for the options in the home tab. We have option called format as table. So there you can choose your own format, whichever you like, but here it comes as a default format. Hmm. Right? Is it working? Now, once we have done with this, next, suppose say this is what I have made, my boss likes it also, and he appreciated my work. Next, what we know, what happens when boss is happy with our work? What happens next? His expectation level goes high and workload increases. This is what the fact. Do you agree? Right. Now the same thing happened with me also, assume that over there. Okay. So here, suppose that this is what the revenue data I have made it, correct? Now I would like to go for creating a column. Suppose my boss asked me, Pravas, I just want to know to generate this much of revenue, how much incentives we have given. So please get it for me. So I have created a column incentive. The moment I hit enter, can you see the beauty? It applies the same format. The format is carrying forward to the next column. So this is what the beauty of format as table. In normal course of action, your table doesn't carry your format. We had to go and manually applying the same, but here it takes the format as it is. That's the beauty. Right? Is it happening? Now, incentive. Suppose say take an example. In my company, we have a uniform policy that whatever the revenue we generate, 2% we declare as incentive. So how to compute that now? Equal to taking the data from left. So when you take the data from left, it automatically takes some ready-made format like at the rate symbol, square brackets, column headers, all these things. You don't need to keep typing all these things. This is the default format of the table. So you leave as it is, then multiply. What is the percentage? 2%. And the moment you hit enter with immediate effect, you will be finding over here, it is not only applying to a cell, but also the entire column. So I no need to copy paste the formula. I no need to drag the formula, double click on the formula, nothing is required. And can you see simultaneously my speed is also increasing over here? So this is what the beauty of your format as table. Check your incentive column is getting ready. All right. So revenue is ready. Incentive we have computed. What would be the next column? Basic mathematics. We should go for net revenue. Now, when you go and hit enter again, what happens? The same formatting is carried forward.
Mr. Prabhas, this control shift enter is not working in table. Huh?
Control shift and enter. Where we have never worked in control shift and enter.
No, control enter. What is that? Control enter. Huh?
Control enter, why it is needed? It was automatically getting applied for the entire range. There is no use of control enter. It's not required at all. So where you have struck, you can share your
Here,
screen.
yes, 1 minute.
Right. Fine. Just delete that cell. Incentive, whatever you have computed, delete it. Go for equal to.
Mhm. Equal to.
Taking the data from left,
Yes.
multiply 2%.
2%.
You just save the file.
Sorry.
You just save the file
Okay.
and close it.
And reopen again.
Yes.
1 minute.
Yes, Rahul, are you getting the same?
1 minute. No, I cannot get that file.
You have directly opened from that zip attachment.
Yes.
That's the trouble. That is what I told. You should not open any file from that zip attachment. You have to download the same, right click upon that, extract all.
Extract all.
Extract all. there is an option when you go for right click on that zip folder, you should go for extract all or
Are you
extract
seeing
here.
my file now?
No, your screen is not shared. That's what you have shared. You have shared one window. When
One
you are
minute.
sharing the things, go for share your entire screen or entire desktop.
Now you are able to see.
Yeah.
So
Don't open the. Don't open. That's what I'm saying. You close this. Close this.
okay.
Now
Okay.
where is that? Where is that file? You just let me know. Close this also.
File in my mail. Yani.
Sorry.
Here in the
No,
mail.
no, no. You should not open there. Go for back. Just there is a back arrow key is there in the top. Sample case studies one left side. They see.
Yes.
Now just take that mouse pointer to that sample case studies zip folder. There is a download folder option is there. Download
Yes.
down arrow key. Huh? Click on that. Yeah, click it. Yes. Now go to that pointer. That file. No, 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 no. Towards your right. Go there. Open
Okay.
folder. Show in
Open.
folder. Show in folder.
Okay.
Hmm. Now this is there in your downloads. Now right click on that. There are two times you have downloaded. Delete one, else it will be confusing. Just escape.
Escape.
Delete one. That one is there. No sample case studies bracket one is showing. That one you delete. Just retain only one.
Okay.
Yeah. Just sample case studies. Right click. Yes. Right click on that. Extract all or extract here. Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Now there will be a folder. It will be created. Just go down. In the same window only. Go. Just scroll down.
Folder. Huh?
No, no, Rahul, in the same folder only, there will be another folder naming called sample case studies. The folder where what you showed me in the downloads itself. No, no, don't go for download again. See, how did you open that folder? Show in folder, it was there, right?
Yes. Here.
Towards your right, you have the option to scroll. Towards your right, scroll down. Yes. Okay, go up, bring it up, drag it up. Don't click, just drag it up. Drag that button, the scroll button, drag it up.
No.
It is there. It is there. See, after new folder, sample case studies.
Okay.
Just cut that. Don't open. Don't again. It will be confusing. Don't open.
Okay.
Locate in such a way that you can easily access. Cut it.
Okay.
Just go for right click, cut.
What? Cut. Huh?
Click the cut button. Yes.
Okay.
And go to desktop and paste it. And from there, you are now going to operate for all these 4 days.
Okay.
Now close that Excel file, what you have operated with, or you can save it over here.
But the data what I worked, everything gone. Huh?
Yes, obviously, because I told you not to operate from that zip attachment. You started working with that. I told you two times in the
No, that time I
starting
was
of the
not
class.
joined. That's why I got confused.
No, once you joined also, I told you. Once you joined, after you joined also, I informed that. I was explaining to someone else. I don't remember the name. I guess it's Suraj or someone else. I was explaining. At that time, I told.
No, you told to me that we send the file, you please download it and come back. So I downloaded it and came.
No, Rahul. And download that file and keep it ready.
Okay. No problem. I
Anyway,
can now I know
I
I can
will
work on this.
see that two sheets you forget it, but I will send the file to you. You can operate with that, not an issue. Or I can do one thing immediately. Just hold on for a second. I will just check your mail. I have sent that file, whatever the workings we have made, the same file you override and start working with that. Kindly check your email.
Yeah, I'm in my email. Yes. This one I can download it, right?
Yeah, you download and keep it in the same desktop folder and
Okay.
override that file and open that now. So net revenue. Now we are going to operate people. Yep. So as I told you, basic mathematics, what we can do, simple, equal to taking the revenue data from the left, that is B24 minus incentive C24. And the moment we hit enter, you can notice with immediate effect, net revenue column also ready. So this is how, because of table conversion, our data entry action is become super fast and we can save our time. Formatting, we no need to worry about it. Excel is completely taking care about that. Hope it is working. Kindly confirm your data is ready with net revenue column.
Yes, ready.
Okay. Now, once we have done with this people, next what you need to do, see, ideally, if you look at our data, there is no total. And technically, every time we keep creating the total manually, but here it is no longer needed. See the beauty. You can keep your cursor anywhere in the data and you will be finding that a table design one option in the ribbon menu extreme right, it is activated. And when you go to this table design, can you see we have an option called total row? The checkbox is not activated, right? So when you go for this total row checkbox to on, immediately you will be finding in the bottom side of your data, a row will be added and having a total of net revenue column. What if I want to have my total of revenue column? No worries, you can keep your cursor in the revenue column total. Can you see one drop down list is being populated? Click on that drop down list. It will show you the list of formulas, and ideally to make a total, which formula or function we use? We use sum function. So go for that, and everything is ready. So can you see that everything is there? Only thing is we need to customize according to the need. So that's what the beauty of table format.
But I don't have the table design. What to do now for the
You
13
have got
option?
options or design. Something will be there in the right side. Options or design.
No, it's only format I have.
No, no, no. You keep your cursor in the table.
Ah,
Then you will be having the last tab. What is that it is showing? Options or design.
For me, it's
nothing.
design.
That is what, depending upon the versions, name would be slightly different, but definitely options would be there. So if you keep your cursor in the table, what is the last option it is coming up, Rahul?
One minute. No, I don't have the options. I have only this
Where is your cursor? In which cell you have kept your cursor?
on the row 36.
Row 36. No, you keep it in row 35. You don't have a total, then how can you keep it in your row 36? Keep your cursor in row 35 or anywhere in the table. Now see, what is the tab which is activated in the external right?
Yes, yes, yes. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, once we have done with this over here, we have got our table data ready. As I told you, whenever you have the table, keep your cursor in one of the column header and Control A to select the entire table. And then give a fill of a border. How? By applying the keyboard shortcut. What is that? Alt H for home, B for border, A for all border. Or you can go to mouse, border and all border. Choice is yours. Now, once you do the same, as I told you, the latest style of data presentation, first column should be always aligned left and rest of the column over here should be always aligned to the center. So select the rest of the column except month and then go for center. What is the shortcut? Alt H, A for alignment, C for center. Now, once we have done with this, there is one more problem. You could notice that in our data, what we have selected, the data is not properly visible. Net revenue, net is not visible. Incentive E is not visible. Revenue due is not visible. So most of the time it happens like that with us. Or whenever you copy paste the data from one Excel to other, what happens? We come across this kind of problem. The Excel cells is filled up with hash kind of symbols, and we take our mouse pointer and we keep expanding, double click on the column header. And this is what really painful or annoying. So just to come over from that problem, what you need to do is once you got your data in this format, select everything and then go for Alt You can notice everything now, the keys, whatever it is assigned in the top, it has been listed. Then go for O for format, C for column, A for autofit. So Alt O C A, autofit of column width. Okay. Same thing you can do from the home and format, autofit of column width. So choice is yours with the help of mouse or with the help of keyboard shortcuts, but train yourself with the keyboard shortcuts because formatting something you will be doing 100 times in a day. So this is how we can see how to make our data presentable. Any questions from anybody? Do let me know, please.
How did you do this auto fit? Can you please?
Yeah, that is what the keyboard shortcut I have dropped in the text box also. Alt OCA. Select your data, then go for first Alt. You will be finding all these menu driven options will be activated. Then O, you can see Office access key Alt O is activated. Then C for column, Alt OC is being displayed. Then A for autofit.
Or alternatively, also you described how to find it in the.
Yeah, going to home, sales, format, autofit of column.
Okay.
All right, so I believe now all our table data, how to make it presentable, we got that. But remember one thing, whenever you are presenting your data in Excel, each and every data, kindly keep your mic on mute, someone's mic is on. So whenever you are presenting your data in Excel, people, the data should be in the right format, like date should be in date format, time should be in time format, percentage should be in percentage format. Similarly, the numbers, whatever we are operating with, it should be in number format. So how to make it number format? Select all your numbers. Any point of time to convert any format to number format, you can simply go for over here a keyboard shortcut. See, we have got numerical 1 value where exclamatory mark is there. You should go for Control Shift and 1. So Control Shift 1 will be helping you to convert any format to number format. And what is the meaning by number format? You can see uniformly all the cells are containing the decimals, post decimal maximum 2 characters, and before decimal we have got the comma separator over there. So this is how, whenever there is a need, people, how to make our data informative and how to make our data presentable. We saw that in this data presentation. So if you have any question, feel free to ask before proceeding further. Save all your files. Fine. So can we proceed further? All clear? Great. So let's go to the sheet name called date calculation. Okay. So here, let me take you through the problem statement first. See, now suppose say these are the employees working in my department. My management has given me a task stating that, Prabhas, we are sending the date of joining of those employees and we are expecting a report from you What is that report? Whatever their experience from the date of joining till today in terms of years, months, and days, you please furnish it the same. So I repeat, employee codes are available. Date of joinings is given by the management. We need to compute the experience in terms of years, months, and days as on date, and we have to revert with that report. So, how to deal with the same? So basically, we have to compute the difference between two setup of dates over here. Now, if you are in my place, what is the first thing it comes to your mind? What is the first question it comes to your mind? No question? Nothing? So we are ready to answer, right? No problem. So I'll tell you, if I were in your place, definitely I would be asking a question to myself. Whose job is this? Is it my job? Calculating the employee's experience and all. Whose job is this? It's the HR. I am from process. I am from the operation, or I am from the supply chain. I am from the marketing. Then why it has been asked to us? So this kind of question we can ask to ourselves, not to the management. So when management has asked, we have to deliver the report. Anyway, one thing for sure that we need to be pinpoint accurate even for a single day. So we cannot commit any kind of mistake. Then how to deal with the same with 100% accuracy? So there are two ways people over here, people use manual efforts over here much and they deal with the same to find the accurate answer. But again, the question mark is about the accuracy. So what is the point when people are using the formula, but that formula they are using, they are not confident of what they are using there. So we are not going to opt like that, or neither we are going to respond to such kind of formulas. So here, how to deal with it. There is only one way out, people, to deal with this particular piece of job by taking a hidden formula of Excel. Now, what is that hidden formula about? There is a formula in our Excel naming called date diff. It's a hidden formula. Since 1985, this formula is hidden. But in Google Sheet, this formula is in the open end. You can use that. If you have some time, sometimes you can try also in Google Sheet. Now, what it is coming up over here, why it is called as hidden? Because this formula doesn't come with the Microsoft package, but yes, it comes as an add-in. And that's why it will not show the instructions also. Just see, since morning, whatever the formulas we have been typing, it was showing the instructions to us. What is e-date? If I go for tab, how to write it. Whereas if I go for dative, I don't get any kind of helping hand from Microsoft Excel. But trust me, there is a formula called date diff. And over here, when you go for it, people always does the wrong pronunciation. They believe that there is a if clause and they read it as dated if, but technically this formula is related to the dates and you must read it as date diff. Date, take
Differences.
pause, then diff. Sorry?
Date difference, is it?
Yes, date difference. So you should read by date, pause, diff. Now, how to use this formula? Since the instructions are not visible, we have to work together. So let's start working with me. So when you go for the formula below to the year, type the formula is equal to date diff, bracket open. Make sure you're typing your spelling properly.
Just one thing, this capital or small doesn't make difference, no?
No, no, Excel formulas are not case sensitive. You can write in capital on, or you can go for drop caps also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So date diff, how to write this formula, how to start with this formula. See, any date formula it always start with a start date. So in our case, date of joining is the start date, comma. Then when you go for any difference between two set of dates, the next input is end date. So in our case, there is no end date, but we know till what date we need to compute, till today's date. So we can go for generating today's date by using a today formula ready-made, which we have in Excel. And this formula is going to generate our today's date from our system. All right. Now, come on. Which column you are computing the difference in terms of year? So just define a blank cell above to the year text and close bracket. So these are the inputs of date formula: start date, comma, end date, comma, our operator reference we are going to give. So now the moment you hit enter, it is giving some error. No issues because our third reference is defined to a blank cell. Now go to that blank cell and to define our year component, what we can do, as we discussed, what is the date format we follow? DDMMYY or MMDDYY. So D stands for day, M stands for month, Y stands for year. So I can simply just type Y over there in that blank cell, and the moment I hit enter, can you see it gives me the answer. So this is how people we have understood that though date diff is a hidden formula, but it is giving some sort of result. Hope it is working. Check it out, please.
Are we supposed to drag this to the subsequent cells?
No,
Okay,
did you drag that?
it's showing error. I tried.
Yes, it will show error. See, Himanshu has given the answer. Take the support. All right. So can I take that everyone is clear with this date formula, though it is a hidden one, how to write it? Now let's go for finding the solution for month and day also. So for month, we can use M, and for day, we can use D. And let's practice on that formula because the instructions is not visible. We may forget that. So let's do one time practice again. Don't drag the formula towards right. Don't copy paste the formula towards right. Write it again, equal to date diff, then taking the date of joining from the left, comma, today formula, bracket open, bracket close, comma, taking the Excel operator reference from M. This will be giving you 179. Similarly, going for day equal to date diff over there, date of joining, comma, today formula, and comma, then going to Excel operator. So we got some sort of answer. Check. Are you getting the same? The formula should look like this. Any difficulties? Let me know.
Can you
This
clarify
date
this?
of
Why
joining format can be in the form of any other form also. This date of joining which you have captured in the column C.
Yeah, it should be either DDMMYY or MMDDYY. That is the two standard format. That's what we had discussed.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Any other
so I
queries?
wanted
Somebody
to
was
ask,
asking something.
yeah, this can you just explain this again? Why MD? We need to take this reference.
Because we are looking for year, month, and days. And that's what you should have asked me there also. Why did you go for D? Why did you go for M over here? If you look at the formulas we use earlier. So these are the predefined operator. We call it as a text operator. D stands for day, M stands for month, Y stands for year. So there we have to define this. Either you can go for writing the formula something like this within two double inverted quote Y, or you can refer to a cell over here like this. So either way, but I have taken the second option. The reason is being there, I'll tell you. But Y, it is predefined. Y stands for year, M stands for month, D stands for day. Hope that answered your query.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Now, we got the answer, no doubt, but this answer is of no use. Why? Because this is giving only individual component-wise answers, right? But our requirement is something different. When we go and combine years, months, and days, it should give us the entire difference. Or the other way, if you discuss in the month column, how many months are there? 179. We know one thing, whenever the number of month reaches to 12, it becomes 1 year. So how many complete years are there? If I ask you, what would be your answer? You'll be going for a simple formula equal to 179 divided by 12. Do you all agree with this? Now what we are getting, 14.91 means 14 complete years we have already given to the year component. So that cannot be ever taken in our month category. So we need to remove that. And once you remove it, the balance 0.9167 should be reflecting in the month category. And to make it happen, go to our Excel operator. Instead of M, go for YM. So YM stands for year to month, the incomplete months in a complete year. And the moment you hit enter, can you see? The complete years have been removed and leftover months alone will be displayed. Similarly, if you go to day, instead of D, go for MD, month to date, the incomplete days in a complete month. So now our answer is perfect. 14 years, 11 months, 15 days. Hope that makes a proper expression. Right? So we got the answer for one employee. We know one thing. Once we got the answer for a particular employee, the same we can apply for others. So when I go for selecting everything and double click on the fill handle, our problem starts. Why we are getting error except the first one? If you keep your cursor in the first error of our year column and open the formula, then you can realize. Just see. When I copy this formula towards down, along with the date of joining cell movement, my Excel operator is also moving. Can you see that maroon color border? This is also moving. So that's why this is giving you trouble. So what we're supposed to do, this is nothing new. We have already discussed the same in our small, large data presentation sheet, all these places. So what we need to do, we need to select our entire year column solution area. Then F2, which is creating a trouble, D4 is creating a trouble. Now this cell should not move down, so we should lock it. Formula is rectified only with one cell, need to apply for rest, control, enter. Similarly, for month, I should go and select E4. I should lock it, control enter. Similarly, day also, I should go and F4. I need to lock it, control enter. Now the formula, if you look like, if you over here, look at over here, this should look like this. check all these things are working. Any doubt, any queries, do let me know.
Mr. Prabhas, how you are
Mhm.
seeing all these formulations? Like I pressing F2 only, I can visible on that row and column only.
Yeah, you have to go for control with this tilde key. Above to the tab key, we have a infinitive key symbol is there, you can see.
Oh,
So you have to
okay.
press control with tilde. This is just to show the formula, again hide the formula. Same key, it's a toggle key.
Oh, got it, got it. Yes, it is okay now.
Right, right. All right, so I believe this is clear, whatever we did. Any doubt, any queries from anybody?
Now I cannot come back. Can you like?
Sorry, I did not get you.
No, I saw the formulation for by control and this. Now I'm coming to
Again, same. Again, the same key. Again, the same key. You have to press so that you can hide the formulas.
okay.
Yeah.
While entering the formula itself, it's reflecting in red, where this F4 function F4 we are using. So there and then we can
You can
lock it.
see locking is necessary whenever you are designing the formula for more than one cell, either towards down or towards right. So it's showing red color and symbols or not, that is not going to make any sense over here. So this is the way you have to remember. Like if I'm applying the formula, is it meant for only one cell or multiple cells? If multiple cells, then how the data is moving. Based on that, you have to
Value
lock
should
it.
be fixed.
Yeah. All right. So I believe now we all are clear whatever we did. This did the formula, the way we have applied and getting the difference. Are you happy knowing that?
Yes.
Right. Now here, the moment we have done with these people, okay, you said you are happy and this is also giving the solution, no doubt about it. Now, whichever the department you are working with, this is going to help you definitely. I'm sure about it. But the thing is, if you look at over here, just see, I'm twisting my question. Going to each and every column, editing the formula in three different column, three different times. Are you happy doing the same? Tell me. Think
If you
about
have
that.
better option, it's better.
Obviously, it will be. That's why I'm emphasizing upon that question. Otherwise, I would not have asked. Simple thing.
Yes.
But I'm just asking the pain, what you're taking, going to each and every column and locking the cells in three different column, three different times. It's really annoying, right?
Yes.
So whatever we did, people, this is what our experts suggest us to do the job like this. But Microsoft Excel never recommends for that. So when Microsoft Excel never recommends, we are also not going to follow it. So please delete all your solution in those yellow colored cells. So what we are supposed to, what we are not supposed to do, we got the understanding. Now, how to make an improvements on that, we are going to discuss. Stay focused. As we discussed, first you need to select your entire solution array where you need the formula or functions to be designed. Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, go for equal to date diff. Make sure you're typing your spelling properly, bracket open. Now, when you go for date diff formula and open the bracket, what is the first thing we should take? Start date. Now, stay focused on my screen first. When I use start date, it has picked up a cell reference like C6, where C is the column, 6 is the row. Perfect. Now, when I copy this formula towards down, this date of joining C6 will go to C7, C8, C9, C10, and so on. So during the formula copy, my cells are moving. It's not restricted, it's moving. But how it is moving? C6, C7, C8, C9, C10. Which one sounds common? Common is C. What is C? C is the column. So we have understood our data is moving, but it is moving within a column. So when data is moving within a column, instead of locking the cell, we should lock only the column. And to lock the column only, we need to bring the dollar symbol before column. And to bring the dollar symbol before column, we should hit our F4 key 3 times. We should hit our F4 key thrice. Now, can you see? I have a dollar symbol only before column. So that makes column constant, column freeze, or column lock. So what is the meaning by column freeze or column lock or column constant? When I copy this formula towards right, C6 will never go to D6. But when I copy this formula towards down, C6 will definitely go to C7 since row is free. So this setup was missing. We gave it. Come on. What's next? The end date. So end date we need to design by today formula. And I told you today formula always generates today's date, and that too from your system date. If your system date is not accurate, then today also will be in trouble. But this doesn't need any kind of locking because the default nature of today formula is to generate today's date. Now here, the moment I go for this, the third input, what it is asking, the third input is about our Excel operator. Now here, when I take it, it has taken the value of D4. So when I go for D4, when I copy this formula towards down, D4 should not go to D5. But when I copy this formula towards right, D4 should go to E4 for month calculation. E4 should go to F4 for day calculation. Now D4, E4, F4 over here. Okay, it's not going to just be a static cell, it is going to move. But how it is moving? D4, E4, F4. Which one sounds common? 4. So what is 4? 4 is the row. So we have understood our data is moving within a row. So when data is moving within a row, instead of locking the cell, we should lock only the row. So if we would like to lock the row only, we need to bring the dollar symbol before row number. And to bring the dollar symbol before row number, we need to hit F4 key twice. So this setup was missing, and this is called our row constant or row lock or row freeze. Now, what is the meaning by row freeze? Just see. If I copy this formula towards down, D4 will never go to D5 because row is locked. If I copy this formula towards right, D4 will definitely go to E4 because column is free. Okay. So this setup is very, very essential, people. In our routine activities, the formula and functions, whatever we design. So formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for the entire selected criteria. What is the shortcut? Control, enter. And see the beauty? One shot, entire table is ready. So this is how we are supposed to design the formula. Depending upon the cell movement, lock the row, lock the column, or if not, there is no movement, only just select both to lock. Okay, so give it a try and check it's working.
Sir,
Yeah,
Can we put it manually, this dollar sign, or
yeah,
it's
you
important?
can. Yeah, you can. It's not a problem. Just
Okay.
make sure the placement is proper, like before column, before row, what exactly it is, where you want to go for it.
And this today date will keep on changing every day, yeah, by default.
Obviously, obviously, because today you have taken this formula, answer is 14 years, 11 months, 15 days. Tomorrow, when you open the file, tomorrow's date will be 17 December, right? So automatically this will be taking 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Professor Dhananjay here.
Yeah.
I just want to know one thing. Sir. Did we cover VLOOKUP today?
No, VLOOKUP
Okay.
will be coming up in day 3 or day 4.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, Professor, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This dollar sign, towards
Mm-hmm.
the left, you told to me it's only the row movement, and towards the center, middle, is only
No,
for
no, no, no,
the
no, no,
column.
no. It's not. Don't remember in that way. I
Okay,
told you either before column or before row. Like when I take a cell, when I
okay,
take a cell, how
okay.
it appears. C3 means C is the column. First is the column. 3 is the numbers. This is row. So when you go for F4 first time, it will
Mhm.
be locking everything like
Yes,
column and row as well. If I
okay.
go for F4 one more time, where is the dollar symbol?
So column
No, no, no. Where is the dollar symbol?
in the
Before
middle,
column or before row?
before row, no?
That is what the concept you have to be clear.
Yeah.
In
Can you tell me
any,
once again?
yeah, I'm telling that. Just focus on the screen.
Yes.
In any Excel sheet
Okay.
over here, these are called columns,
Yes.
okay? And these are called rows. Now, is it clear? What is
Yes,
column,
please.
what is row?
Yes, yes.
Right. Now, when I go for this, any cell reference equal to, if I take any cell out of this, C1, C is the column and 1 is the row, correct?
Yes. Yes.
When I press F4 for the first time, it is applying $2 symbol, one before column, making column lock, one before row, making row lock. Means
Yes.
C1 will never go to C2, C1 will never go to D1. Is it clear?
Mhm. Yeah, clear, clear.
Now,
It's
if I go
blocking both
for,
row and column. Yeah.
no, first is the column, second is the row, not
Yes.
row and column. First column, second row, because C
Okay.
comes first, one comes
Okay.
later. You read it
Okay.
in that way. Now,
Okay.
F4 twice, where is the dollar symbol?
On row.
Before row.
Before row. Yes.
So row 1 is locked, but column is
Okay.
free. So C1
Mm.
can go to D1 because column is free, but C1
Yes.
cannot go to C2 because row is locked. So
Row
this is
is
called row
locked.
constant, row freeze,
Okay.
row lock. Is it clear?
Clear.
Now F4 thrice. Where is the dollar symbol?
Before the column. Before C.
Show make yeah. So making column lock. So when I
Mm.
copy this data towards right, C1 will never go to D1 because column is locked. But
Yes.
C1 will go to C2 because row is free. So this setup is called column constant, column freeze, or column lock.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So
Thank
these
you.
things, welcome. So these things you have to practice by taking the live data. And trust me, this is going to save a lot of time. Manually, we no need to keep editing the formulas over there. Okay. So how to use our hidden formula dead if we got the clarity. Any questions from anybody? So kindly save all your files. So this is it from our day one side. Like we have learned so many formulas, some product, then formula text, small, large, with combination of row. Then we used M round, if, then max the alternate options, how to use the logic. Then we learned e-date, text, and year formula. Then we saw how to make our data informative, adding so many statistical columns and making our data informative. Then we saw a simple keyboard shortcut, how to convert your data into table, Control T, and we saw different advantages of converting our data table, and then doing our necessary formula calculations ready-made in the drop-down, and finally presenting the data in a proper number format by using the keyboard shortcut Control Shift 1. Then we saw our hidden formula of Excel, date diff, and how to use the nested functions again along with the date diff today formula to generate today's date, and it keeps your data dynamic. Then we saw the uses of dollar symbol, F for once, no movement, neither towards down, not towards right, F for twice, row will be locked, column will be free, F for thrice, column will be locked, row will be free. So this is it from our day one side. Any doubt, any queries for the day?
So far, good.
Okay.
It's
Now
perfect.